That's what it is, right there, boss. That's what it is, right there. I'm gonna try to lift it up higher so you can kind of see that the pool in the background.
Yeah, that's nice
Your
right there.
man's is relaxing. The missus made me some sweet bread.
Oh, so you
Y'all
doing
know
it?
it is
Oh yeah, you
pancake.
doing
Y'all know it is pancakes. You know what I'm saying? But
it.
yeah, man. How you been, brother?
Man, I can't complain, man. Hey, I told you, always as I always say, you open your eyes, you already ahead of the game.
Yep, yep, yep.
You know, so can't complain. Had a had a productive day, busy, but it's all good.
It's all good, bro. It's all good. Ironically, as soon as I come out here and start chopping it up with you, yo, DSJ is in the building.
I see.
What's good,
Hey,
DSJ?
shout out to the Raheem Devon of the Pod World Nation, DSJ,
Yeah. Shout out to the Carl Thomas
the Smokey
of Mixed
Robinson.
Universe. Yeah, man. Yo, I'm out here in this beautiful setting, bro. I'm out here on the brick patio. It's a big show glass in front of me, like these 10-foot tall doors that you slide and go back on the inside to the spot.
Oh yeah.
Man, I liken this setting to maybe if I was like in Malibu or something.
Hey, you know what? I been in Malibu. I can actually say I've been there. We did Fleet. We went up there for Fleet Week and stuff. It's really
Right.
nice up there. I can't lie. The good thing about it, we were in uniform running around up there. We were in Malibu and Santa Barbara. When you walk around in uniform, you have the habit of not ever paying for a drink.
Oh, that's awesome, bro.
Oh yeah, we did it up there, and it was crazy. Every time we try to pay, you're trying to pay for something, all of a sudden you get a bunch of drinks coming your way, and it's like, oh, well, like I didn't order this. And they say, oh, the gentleman over there paid for all that. And it'd be about 15, 20 of us, man, in a group in
Yeah.
uniform, man. And man, the thing about it though, when they're coming back to the boat and get back to the ship, cats walking around with uniform items missing and stuff, man. I had one cat come in, he just had his t-shirt, his pants, and his shoes.
Yeah, yeah. He barely made it. He lucky he made it.
Oh man, yeah, it was wild, man. It get wild. So I couldn't, some of the stories I can't tell you on camera. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. Man, we was just in this kitchen, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Soul Finger 1212, bro. This spot that we stand in, it's like one of them porn mansions.
Yeah.
I don't have no other way to describe it, but everything in here is white except for like cabinets, everything white, everything tile. You know what I'm saying? And I was in there with the missus just now, and I was like, "Yo, this make I crib look like a humble abode." You know what I'm
Oh man, look, I can only
saying?
imagine.
Yeah,
That's the
man.
thing. That's the thing about a lot of the spots when you leave out. It depends on where you are out here. Um, leaving Cali, you can find you some. I mean, we got a spot Temecula, and you got Temecula,
Ooh,
Marietta, and Lake Elsinore. Spots further up north. I mean, we got spots down here in San Diego. You got to go a little further down. They got some nice size, but man, it's nothing like the size you get down there. Even though I did look at a house at one time that was on a half acre. It was pretty, but the thing is, it
right,
was on a hill, so majority of my land was the hill. But it was a nice spot.
right,
So I can only
right.
imagine how
So,
it's looking down there.
oh, in Florida, bro, it. So I ain't gonna lie to you. I always felt like the most beautiful homes that I've ever seen are in South Carolina
Hmm.
because you get so much for so little, right? You get so much for so little, right? And like for instance, a lot of us a lot of us are in that when it comes to homes in that 350 to 600 range. Like a lot of
Mm-hmm.
us are in that 350 to 600 range, right? And it don't matter where you are in that range, or if you are in that range or not. It don't matter. But what I'm saying is, a lot of people that I talk to, they are in that 3 or 4 bedroom, 2 bathroom, 2.5 bathroom, maybe 3 bathroom, 2 car garage range, right? The family house, right?
Yeah.
In South Carolina's, hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. In the Carolinas, like 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a 2 car garage, a paved driveway, a wooden fence around your backyard, a gate around your front yard. All of that, bro. You talking about like 250?
Yeah. You can't beat that. It's like
No,
when I before I decided to stay out here, San Diego,
right,
thought about
right.
going to Sugar Land, going to Texas, and I was looking at it, Sugar Land or um what's that? I forgot this other spot. It's right outside of Houston. I'm going blank, having a senior moment. But there's some real nice
Okay,
houses out there, man. It's down around, because I was looking at going down towards that Houston area, because they would have put
right,
me
right.
4 hours from the house, and I want to be close enough to home that I can drive, but you just can't just pop up on my doorstep talking about, hey, what's happening?
One afternoon, you talk about let's go to his house. Yeah, no,
Yeah, yeah, it ain't gonna be nothing like that. So,
right.
I mean, I
That's a
still don't have
trip.
to,
You gotta take a
yeah,
trip.
yeah. It's one of those. Hey, well, we're looking at coming down for the weekend. Fresno, that's what it was. Fresno, Texas. It's right outside. It was nice, man. It was a nice spot out there. My man, he still he bought a house down there, but he kept his house, but he came back out here. So and then he came because he's originally from Dago. So they bought a house here in one part of town, one area called Chula Vista, which is real nice. Which was when you
Okay.
get on the newer side. So, but I was looking at doing that and other spot. Even if I would have gone back Louisiana, I would have gone back to a spot outside of Shreveport called Greenwood, because you can get a whole lot of house and a whole lot of land, or you just get the
Right,
land and build your house.
right.
So that was one of the things I was looking at right there.
You ever considered getting a ranch?
You know, I've thought about that, man. Living out, you living out like that, especially those ranch homes are nice. Granted they're
Right,
spread out, and
right,
considering when you got bad wheels trying to go up and down stairs, it's not half bad. But you could be way
right,
out. But then I thought about it, man. I'm so used to being in the city, freeze.
right,
I'm kind of like, yeah, it'd be cool, but man, I like being in the city.
right, right.
But to be honest with you, I'm not. I know for everybody talk, oh, it's expensive in California, but man, I can't beat this weather. I'm not leaving, man. If I go anywhere else when it gets cold, man, I ball up, man. I couldn't deal with it.
Right, right. Bro, I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. I'm getting messages all the time, bro. It's my phone. I'm using my phone. I'm using my phone, so I'm always getting stuff on my
Same
phone,
here,
bro.
same here, same here.
So,
So I was going to ask you, Freeze. So other than the events that unfolded, how was your day been, bro?
um, man, I got Lawrence Tier stuff up here. That lets you know how my day been going.
Yeah.
I'm on vibes, and I got Lawrence Tier stuff. That lets you know how my day been going. Let me change. Let me change this stuff real quick, man. Not not that um I had a bad day. I just had a slow day. How about that?
You know what? Slow ain't bad though. You know what I'm saying? Slow ain't bad.
Slow ain't bad, bro.
Oh man, like I said, slow and easy. There's a lot of old heads used to tell me, take it slow and easy.
Slow and easy. Yeah, man.
And
Yeah,
see the
man. I'm relaxing and um today was one of those weird days where I wanted to not do anything when I woke
Yeah.
up. Oh, okay. I see you. I see this thing trying to run. All right. I mean,
Even your stand is, hey, your stand is in that mood. It's not in that mode. It wasn't trying to do nothing today.
yeah. Even the stand trying to make a stand. So, um, yeah, that ain't gonna work. Maybe I have to put it back like this. Yeah, yeah. There we go. Okay, there we go. All right. So, yeah, man. For the most part, man, relaxing, man. So, finger. I watched TV, man, for the first time in a long time. Ate cereal. When's the last time you had cereal and milk?
You know what? Believe it or not, I eat cereal pretty much every night. I eat a cup and a half of frosted mini wheats and almond milk. I mean,
Okay.
because I'm back on my routine. Because since I've been back on my eating regimen, I done dropped 20 pounds. So
Oh wow. Okay.
yeah, so I'm doing my thing to get back because I got tired of hurting and I can't be walking around looking like a defensive tackle.
Yeah.
I get back to my linebacker size, but that defensive tackle couldn't get it. But man, but on a real, but when I'm, and then with me having kids, I always got cereal in the house, man. Got my Frosted Flakes and Lucky Charms, stuff like that. Now, when I'm in a mood like that, get up some Captain Crunch, man, and get me a big bowl, and I sit in front of something, put in a movie or something, just chill. So I'm in one of those moods when I want to get some sugar. But
Yeah.
man, it ain't nothing. But you know what? I don't care how old you get. I don't care how much money you got. It's nothing in the world better than a big bowl of cereal and some milk
Right.
and just chill.
Right. And in the moments, bro, like I watched I ate a big bowl of cereal and watched In the Heat of the Night and Walker Texas Ranger back to back.
Oh yeah, you were doing it. Hey, you was yeah, you was getting it in.
Doing it and laying across the bed, like this bed that I'm on. So I'm used to the old box spring coil, mattress, whatever.
Yeah.
Man, in this spot they have the memory foam.
Oh man, I knew you don't say that memory phone and that thing wrap around you the way you want.
Bruh. I woke up, man. I woke up from my nap probably about 6:45,
Yeah.
and I was like, man, it felt like I slept for 2 days.
Hey, you need it. You know what else your body telling you? You needed it. You needed that.
Yeah, that's your body. Your body trying to tell you,
Because I've
yeah,
done that, man. Hey, I've fallen asleep for about a couple of hours, and I swear to you, I feel like I've been asleep for 12 hours. I woke up like, man, when you
straight
wake up and don't know
back
where
to
you
back.
are, yeah, you waking up like, where am I? That kind of sleep.
Yeah, and the only reason why I felt like I even woke up, bro, was because I had to use the bathroom.
See, my problem is I either have to use the bathroom or I start snoring. I snore
Yeah,
so hard I wake myself up. And I do that
yeah,
at work sometimes, man. It's a good thing
yeah,
when you work from home, you nod off. Man, I hit that high note real quick. I look around. Oh yeah, I'm at
yeah,
home, so I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, man. I next week, what I'm saying, I know I'll be back to the grind.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like client and like people, not to get into what I do for a living because it ain't important, but basic it's stressful, right? It's stressful in a sense where others are stressed and it stresses me because I have to like bring them down constantly. Like, man,
yeah.
relax,
Their
such
energy,
and
other
such.
people's energy will get you. Like I said, I
Yes,
understand because
yes,
that's and you know what I told you what you know what I do, but
yeah.
with me being more in the managers on the management side, I deal with that a lot. So you got to deal with different personalities, different people's energy, and it's just like you switching gears all the time. It's like you in an endless race and you constantly
Yep,
shifting gears, and it grinds you down.
yep, yep, yep. And the missus is in that same type environment in a different. She has the same energy, but in a different type environment, basically.
See, and
So
yeah,
so they always stressing her, like her phone always ring up to 5 o'clock, like it's ringing off the hook until 5. And then you can have the auto thing on your phone. You know, you set your auto thing on your phone where it
hmm
just say at a certain time, you have reached the you have reached the voicemail of you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And,
man,
and so it's like, so here now it's like, what we trying to do is get up, like work, like start our work day at like 5,
yeah,
and then take the lunch break to do vibes in the morning, and then get back to it after that, and then
yeah,
be off for the afternoon so you can kind of do stuff in Orlando.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that ain't bad. Like I said, normally what I'm doing is, like I said, my days normally starts at 6. You probably hear one of my ferocious Cujos in the background.
Oh yeah.
Um, my day normally it really starts at 6, but I'm up at I get it going at about 5:30 because I got to get
Right.
everybody to work and everything, and then um, normally I work about an hour or two afterwards, so I can easily put a 10+ hour day. And then normally I'm rolling out going to basketball practice and stuff like that. But really it's been picking up. So like today I had to do a report, so I had to take care of some reports and stuff, so I couldn't get there today. So tomorrow is gonna be a busy one because it's my daughter's birthday, and
Oh
then they got senior night at the school for the team. So a couple of girls, we got 2 seniors on the team. So and this is gonna be a busy weekend anyway, just running around.
yeah.
And then looking at my son over here, he walking around here with the broke hand, fell off his skateboarding and broke his thumb.
Oh man.
Yeah, can't let the
So
trash
so
can
so
get you.
so he, so he walking around like this catching cabs. That's
Yeah,
what he
man,
doing.
basically.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he mad about it too. 4 to 6 weeks, can't ride a
Yeah.
bike, can't get on the skateboard. You
Right.
know, I told my partner about it because I've taken him to the range. He can't even go to the range.
Wow.
So he likes to go out to the range, but now he can't even go to the range. I said that, and he rolled his eyes. He big mad. You know how mad he is right now. I'm gonna tell you how mad he is. He's about as mad as a Knicks fan when they don't get the trade they want.
Oh my God. Oh my God, man. Yeah. Yeah, that happened. That happened today. So
Yeah,
that
yeah,
happened.
yeah. It was, what though, Freeze. Just real quick on that. Remember I said before, like Mad TV, lower your expectations. Don't expect anything big.
Yeah.
I said it on your show. Don't expect anything big. So that's why I wasn't like up in arms. Let's see how it's gonna go for the summer, man. It is what it is, man. I knew what we were gonna get going in.
Right.
Um, we'll see how it turns out in the summer. That's all we
Yeah.
can do right now. So look forward to the playoffs and just keep it pushing.
Um. I think I'm feeling some type of way.
I mean, you know what though? I can understand because when you look at the league, when you look at this whole trade deadline as all, because it wasn't a lot of big names coming around supposed to be moved, right?
Right.
And then all of a sudden, everything just all hell broke loose. It just the backside fell off the bottom, and then the people moving around. The Lakers flipped the whole team basically. The Lakers flipped their whole team. Now I'm gonna tell you the one trade, the one cat I wanted us to get that we didn't get wound up in Atlanta. And that was Sadiq Bey.
Yep.
That one kind of got me in the fields a little bit, but I was like, it's all good, man. Grin and bear because Josh Hart was another cat I liked. So
Yeah. I wanted to get Josh Richardson, man.
yeah, that was another one. He was another good one too. I know you want. I know, yeah. But yeah, but you are right though. We are gonna be on that bargain bin, looking
Yeah.
around, see what's there. And that's
Yeah.
and then when you say bargain bin, it makes me think about when you're a little kid going to get shoes, or you're in the grocery store, and your mom said, "Come here real quick. What? Put your foot up. What? I don't
Yeah.
want these shoes."
Yeah. Yeah.
All in the bin. Shut up! You're gonna take these shoes and you're gonna wear them and be
And
happy.
you gonna wear them.
Yeah, man. You sitting up there like, and you walking out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I think that's where we are. My thing was coming up to this period, bro. When did we go to Charlotte? We went to Charlotte
I know you went to Charlotte recently, didn't you?
December, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So again, because I went to Charlotte and I was supposed to go to Atlanta and then I got hurt around
Yeah.
Christmas. Yeah, so around Charlotte, I was telling everyone that for the most part, man, I really, really, really wanted to um, make a good account for ourselves, basically, at the trade deadline.
Yeah.
That's basically what I want to do. Just make a good account for ourselves. Now, everybody is going to look at that differently. Like, everybody views that, a good account for yourself. Everybody's going to feel based on what they like, they're going to view it differently, right? I felt like the Josh Hart deal felt like we overspent.
Yeah.
But I know I've said that already like 19, 20 times already, right? But I think today, though, not doing nothing, the follow-up deal to that, I think it's, yeah,
Well,
I'm
it goes in.
disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, it goes in conjunction with the draft. You trade it all the way out of the draft, and then the only thing you get is Trevor Keels. So it makes you think, okay, well, maybe we're going to do something bigger in the draft. I mean, in the trade deadline. But then when it gets here, the only move we made was to get Josh Hart, who I like, and he was
I
a
like
player I
Josh Hart.
wanted us to
Yeah,
get. Yeah, I like, and who I wanted us to get. But
yeah,
man, to how sweet it would have been to correct one of the wrongs that happened, in previous seasons by bringing in Mikal Bridges.
right.
That
That'd
would
be
have been
sweet.
big. That'd have been major. And the thing is, I'm seeing what Cat's putting in the chat talking about how big, how he and he wants to come across the bridge. He wants to get over. He want to get to the Garden because he wants to be with his Villanova brothers.
Yeah.
So I mean, you could possibly do something. Who's to say? Like I said, I just wait for the off season. Just what do you say? Keep hope alive. Like I said,
I don't think they want him, bro. Look at
yeah,
and when you look at all the players that the Knicks have acquired, all of them are the same body type.
you're right because he's more stocky cats. Even Randall being 6'8", he's a stocky 6'8". He's a bulk. Even though he's slimmed down, he's
Yeah.
still a big cat. Bronson, look at him, point guard wise.
Yeah.
Um, Hart the same. Hart's not a little cat, even though he's what 6'4", 6'5". The
Yeah.
way he's built,
He's a big
so
dude.
yeah, he's solid. So I just, but I'm more or less. I like to have some length. That's why I like how I look at Toronto, and I like that length.
Yeah.
Length changes up a lot of everything. I don't care how great of a shooter you are, man. If you got somebody one of these long jokers jumping at you, that means you got to put a little extra on that shot to get it over.
Yep.
And it helps. Yeah, they get the shooting overs a lot,
Yeah.
but I prefer to have a little more length on the team. But like I said, I'm just gonna roll with it. That's all I can do. Roll. That's all. That's all we can do is roll with it or walk away. So,
Yeah,
um,
man. I noticed that they like Grimes, they like Brunson, they like RJ. They emptied the war chest for Josh Hart, right? And then even this summer they drafted Trevor Keels,
now to
another 6'4" stout
yeah,
guard.
yeah.
Yeah,
And that was, that one bothered me. And I'm not gonna lie. I don't normally get, let it just irked me. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that draft is like the rock in my shoe.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it reminds. It's like a rock in my shoe, or you got that eyelash in your eye, you're trying to get out. That's what it
Yeah.
reminded me of, man.
It's
It irked me.
aggravating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was aggravating because I was talking to shout out to Ron Cleveland. I was talking to him last night, and happened to come home, was catching that Pacers game, and I was thinking about the one kid that you and I were talking about that they wound up drafted in the second round.
Right.
And I'm thinking like he's 6'7", bouncy, athletic, long. That's something we could use.
Yes.
So it's going that way. Me myself, I believe in having length. I want a variety, but man, I don't want the same stocky cats
You
all
you
over the
remember
court.
when basketball? You remember when basketball used to be for tall players?
Yeah, yeah.
It still is. It still is, bro.
Oh, so all right, they didn't. So I guess they didn't get the memo, right?
They didn't get that memo, bro.
They get the memo. Yeah, like I said, I'm 6'1", and when you talk about you talk about point guard. Point guard to me should be 6'3", 6'4" normally on average.
Yeah.
6'3", 6'4", and it goes up.
Yeah.
Nothing against anybody my height playing the point, but you just got to bring a lot. And I give it to anybody that's undersized, small at the point, especially with Brunson. He does achieve what he achieves at his height against all these trees.
Right.
But like you said, Freezy, that game, basketball is a game for height.
Yes.
Being stocky and everything else is football. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because we got, Trevor Kills is what 6'4",
6'4", 221.
221. So you keep putting put some more size on him, man. You got your good lineman or linebacker right there. You got a decent linebacker
Yeah.
or defensive end.
Yeah.
Tight end.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that's my thing. I can't figure out for the life of me why the Knicks would do that, right? And other teams like the Phoenix Suns could just trade for Kevin Durant because they feel like it.
Yeah, yeah. They give up. I mean, they gave up some draft picks, but giving up Bridges and Cam was big because they gave up their and they had good wing depth,
Yeah.
especially at the shooting. But I was been listening to everybody talk about Bridges. Some people like, oh, he's overrated. He's this, he's that. But first of all, that's the NBA Iron Man for one. So the
Yeah.
fact that man can stay on the floor, that's a gift in itself. The fact that he's long and lanky
Yeah.
and plays defense the way he can, and the man can score.
Yeah.
He can put it on the floor. He can get you in the mid, or he can get you from outside. So that's what you want. And he's only 26.
Right.
So really, he matches up what you doing with Randall.
Now, Mikal Bridges.
JB.
Mikal Bridges is 20. Yeah, he might be 26. Yeah.
He's like 25. I think he may be 25. I see 25, 20, somewhere.
Yeah.
But he matches up with Randall. If you're going to make that, go for that move now. So, because Ron and I were kind of like texting back and forth while everything was going, and then when that thing brought up about the Zach LaVine, and truth be told, I'm glad we didn't go after Zach LaVine. He's talented, yeah, but how often he's gonna get on the floor? How often he's hurt? It's just like OG. I looked at OG, and you got a lot of cats that love OG. Got nothing. He's a good player, but when you haven't played the most games you played in a season is 70 games out of a season, that was when you first came into the league, and your numbers have steadily declined. I got to look at that, man.
Right, no doubt. I'm gonna look at my man's stuff. I'm gonna look at my man's stuff real quick. I ain't going nowhere. I'm still here. I think my screen might be dark or whatever, but
that's all good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna research my man's stuff real quick.
Who you checking out
on the phone? I want to see how I'm looking at seeing how many games Zach LaVine, how injury prone he is. Because I know that's the prevalent thought, but yeah, Zach LaVine misses a lot of games, bro.
Yeah, and that and you know, and a lot of times people overlook the fact that yeah, he does this and he does that. But the other thing is look at the you know, and then and you can't talk about somebody's contract giving somebody this amount of money, and you're willing to overlook his amount of the amount of money that he has, because he's on a 200 is it
Right.
215 million or $250 million contract? Oh, if it ain't the great one,
I think
Salute, 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 gentlemen. How y'all doing this evening?
it's the Chuckster. What's going on,
Chuck.
Chuck?
I have this song stuck in my mind. I wanted to tell you about it Monday morning, but I was like, nah, it's too early. Let me hold off. I I stopped to get some gas, and I could hear the song. You know how you open the door, you hear ding dong, and you go in
Right.
and you hear a song playing real light over the intercom while you go to the lady
Well,
to,
the PA,
to
yes, sir.
pay for your gas. Or Sunday. This was Sunday morning. I'm sorry, or Sunday afternoon. And I could hear as soon as I heard the notes. Dun, 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 dun. I was like, "Ah, this song gonna be stuck in my head." And Chuck, I'm walking past the potato chips, right? Trying to walk in the back to look at something, get something to drink, right? And as soon as I hear the lyrics, I'm like, this song gonna be in my head for the next month, right? And so I can hear it playing the chords. And this is crazy. So here's my number. Just call me maybe. Uh, 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 uh.
Oh yeah,
Uh, uh,
yeah,
uh, uh. So here's my number. So call me maybe. And then she busts out into the thing, the whole like dance. I can imagine the dance routine in my head, but of course, it's just the music. And I'm like, oh man. So I look back at the car. You know how with the windows in the front of the store. I look back at the car, like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So that stupid song has been in my head, man, since I've been in Orlando. That and this song, I tried to look at a different song to try to get the song out of my head, and now both are trapped in my head, bro.
Don't you
Um,
hate that? Don't you hate when that happens?
Yes.
the song that I try to replace it with is a song called "A Thousand Miles,"
Oh,
and now both of them stuck in my head, bro.
You
oh,
sound like me, because I get sometimes I'm gonna tell you James Brown gets stuck in my head.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I keep hearing the give it up, turn it loose, and then
yeah.
the whole that bass line, it just sticks in my head. And I actually caught myself working, nothing around. I'm working, and I'm just sitting there patting my foot, and I'm bobbing my head. I'm looking around like what I'm doing.
You
But
Clyde Stubblefield.
yeah, JB got me.
Yeah, he Clyde Stubblefield on the drum. Yeah,
Lately I've been just been sitting around in the late in the evenings and stuff, and I'm going through my music and stuff, and I'm on my Apple Music and everything. I've been hitting up like old school tracks, but a lot of them just what's been sampled, and
yeah,
it's checking out certain groups, and I'm like, bruh, so and so like they just sampled this whole album right here. I mean, it's just it's
yes,
bananas. But
yes,
then when you playing it, and then you hear you hear certain notes, and you like, oh, okay, this is what they called it, and looped that joint and
yeah,
made it into this. But it's to listen to the original tracks that have been sampled, and you forget how good the original tracks are.
yeah.
So I've been doing that a lot. I was gonna shoot you some text. I was gonna shoot some your way one night, Chuck. I was on a good one. I was like in my bag, just in the zone, just listening and listening. I said, I'm gonna shoot this to Chuck, but I looked, oh man, Chuck 3 hours ahead of me. I only waking Chuck up.
oh man, I probably would have probably was up. What time?
Oh man, so a lot of times if it's about 9 here, so it's 11 there, or sometimes it'd be, man, Chuck. I start at 9 sometime, just going through music, And
Right.
next thing you know, it's like 1, 2 in the morning, man. I'm like, oh, let me get to bed. I got to get up and go to work.
Yeah,
But I be in my zone like that with my music.
yeah, man.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Well, definitely, you can hit me up that time. I'll be up.
Yeah.
I consider myself an insomniac.
Oh, I am too, man.
Oh
I
yeah,
am
me
too.
too.
Because it's funny because Ron would hit me up. He hit me up and I'd be up. I knew you were up. I was like, yeah. But what's funny on the weekends, on a Saturday, I'd be in there sleep, phone will ring. I'll wake up. Hello, what's happening? What's happening? Oh, what's up, Freeze? He's, oh man, I forget what time.
Yeah, I do. I legit forget sometimes. So I ain't gonna lie, bro.
But it helps me out because I
I
get
ain't
up.
gonna lie.
I get up, but the problem is sometimes if I happen to be in the bed and I wake up, I get to talking. Nail roll over and look at me, and she give me that look, and I heard her get out of there because I seen her cut up a whole chicken. So I had to hurry up and move. I seen her cut up a whole chicken, so I had to get up out of there.
You ain't want to be on Discovery TV,
Oh
Discovery
no,
investigation TV.
man, look, I told man she watch all those shows, man, on how to take somebody out and all that stuff. She be having a
Yeah,
pad and paper trying to take notes and stuff. She been trying to
yeah,
take me
man.
out for the last 17 years. Well, tomorrow be 17 years. Been trying to
Hey,
take me out, but
congratulations,
they ain't getting it
man.
right.
Congratulations.
Oh no, 17 years as in Bird, because she'll be 17. So we've been together,
Oh,
was it 20? Hold on, Lilo 30. So yeah, 22 years. We've been together 22 years.
that's a long time,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I know, man. It's a long time. I was, thought about trading in and getting a new bucket 2000, but then I was like, this one paid for, so I just
Yeah,
hold
that's what
on.
paid for, man. We may as well rock with it,
Yeah. See, I gotta watch out because she was about to throw something over this way.
huh? Bro,
No.
I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. I was sitting here thinking I wanted to talk to Chuck about this. At one point, bro, I just didn't know when to interject it into like our conversation, right?
Man, just fire away. It's always just wide open. Hey, it's top of the dome. Just let it roll.
Yeah, man. Who y'all taking? Like you keep in one group and you launching the other one to deep outer space. Which one you launching? The Spinners or the Delphonics?
God,
Oh
yes,
man.
sir. That's a mother question.
Oh.
God,
I know.
I should have known you was gonna come with something like that. That was that man. And I can't play the fence on this either, huh?
Nah, man, we can't. So yeah, somebody get on that rocket, bro.
I can't be like Switzerland and be neutral. All right.
Nah, man. Hey, Switzerland is neutral. They a strong country. They neutral because they just don't want to fight, but they just as strong as everybody else.
I know I don't want to
Yeah,
fight
they
though.
ain't no wimps now.
I just can't. I can't. You can't like. Okay, you talking about the Spinners or the Delphonics? You can't have. I mean, okay, like with the Delphonics. Look who. Like, I'm gonna just bring Delphonics back around to one individual. Without the Delphonics, in a lot of ways, you wouldn't have Dre and Snoop.
Yeah, yeah.
That's just going on that way. But then with the Spinners, I mean, with either group, but with the Spinners, a lot of us wouldn't be here either.
If it wasn't for the Delphonics, there really wouldn't be a Spinners
No,
because
no,
of the
yeah,
producer that was producing the Delphonics. Then
with,
next, he moving on to the Spinners.
yeah.
Um, the light skinned dude. What's the light skinned dude name? Oh, where is our music guy when we need him?
oh, Alfred Griffin.
Yeah, where's Alfred
Yeah.
Griffith at when we need him?
All right, let me see.
You know what? I'll Google it. I'll Google it since
Hold on,
all right.
look. I'm already trying to do that myself.
Tom Bell, that's his name. Without Tom Bell, there's no Delphonics or the Spinners.
See,
Would it be blasphemy, Chuck? And Soul Finger too. Would it be blasphemy though if I say that it's the Spinners and it's not even close?
Here's the thing. I don't think it's blasphemous because it is a preference, right?
Right.
You're saying this is the group that you're gonna have to keep, and the other
Yeah.
one you can't listen to their music no more.
Right.
Bro, I'm looking, man, God, I'm looking at some of these records, man.
I know.
And it's hard because like Soulfinger alluded to, you wouldn't have certain hip hop records if these records never existed.
Right.
So taking that into account, man, makes this really
hard, real
really
hard.
hard. Golly, for real.
Right.
Oh man, do you want to be shot in the right or left testicle? Which one? Pick it.
Yeah, you gotta pick one. You're gonna get hit, you're gonna get shot in it, but you gotta pick which one.
Yeah.
Right. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Man.
Because where would R&B? Because think about it, where would R&B be without this song called "It's a Shame"?
That's what I'm saying.
It's a shame musically in 1970 did not sound like Sitting on the Dock of the Bay from 1966.
See now, see. All right, I'm a. No, I'm not gonna even drop out there because I'm just thinking about like Rubber Band Man. That song in itself.
Yeah. Yes.
we talking about just the Rubber Band Man. Yeah, hey, I'll be there. I mean, I'll be around. I'll be around.
I'll be around. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, come on, man. But I guess I can take the Spinners over the Delphonics because at some point the falsetto just get, I just get,
Well, you know what? The Delphonics did spin them out. I mean, you had the Delphonics, but then the Spinners came in and did the thing. So, and I'm kind of, I don't know. I'm not going to even jump out there. I'm gonna have to be neutral on that.
Because did you know? Okay, so people think the Jacksons had the most top 20 hits during the 70s.
Oh no!
Right?
Yeah, I mean they were popular
they up
because
there.
they up there.
They up there. They number 2, right? But number 1 is the Spinners. The Jacksons don't even have more hits than the Spinners got, more top 20 hits. Now, when you think about that, do the Spinners have more iconic joints than the Delphonics?
You know what? I kind of yeah. In some aspects, Ghetto Child.
Yeah.
That one right there. I mean, come on. Look, you even got when I see that look on Chuck's face, you really got Chuck up against it. Chuck up against it. I'm hemming and hawing right now, man. You got me backpedaling, man. I'm not gonna even lie to you, Freeze.
I don't know, man, because I'm trying to get to another group from the 70s and 80s that people forget about, but I can't get to them because I can't get the conversation past the Delphonics.
Well, hey, can we? Well, who's the other group? I mean, maybe we table this and come back around to the Delphonics and the Spinners.
I'm trying to get to the point where I want everybody to realize that the Gap Band may be the greatest R&B group of all time.
Man, look, that's my group right there, Freeze. Me and Uncle Charlie. When Uncle Charlie come to town, I go see him.
Right.
My last deployment in Kuwait, Uncle Charlie came off to AJ, to Arif John, put on a show. The man came off the top of the dome singing about going to the chow hall.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And if he would have put it on wax, I guarantee it'd been it'd have been the top 5 on Billboard. I guarantee told you. Just talking about going to the chow hall.
Right. Bro, we talking about a dude who got talent, right? And I say that knowing that Um. Oh boy, what is? Who is this?
There we
Is
go.
that AD?
Uncle Versa.
Is that who is that in the
It's the gold. Hey, it's the gold
avatar
watch.
though?
Is that the gold watch?
It sure is.
It's the gold watch. Hey, Anthony D, aka the dean of Knicks Nation.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
man. AD, we having a conversation. I asked Chuck a super hard, ridiculous question, and
Hold on, Freeze. I don't want to cut you off. AD, it wasn't no super hard, ridiculous question. It was just wrong. It's just a question. It's a wrong question to ask somebody. It's the kind of question.
basically.
The kind of question is, you know how you eating your last piece of fried chicken,
Okay.
and somebody walk up and say, "Can I get a bite?"
Yeah, just wrong.
It's that kind of question.
Just wrong on all fronts. So I asked them if somebody you had to put somebody on a rocket, somebody had to go forever. Who would it be, the Spinners or the Delphonics?
You mean we had to preserve them forever, or
No, they gone forever.
Gone. The Spinners or the Delphonics?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the Delphonics. And for only one reason. And the Spinners pointed this out in the documentary that I saw from them some years ago. He said, the lead singer said, "You will never find a Spinners record without the word love mentioned in it."
Yep.
Okay? So that means that those guys was always, they speaking love, preaching love. It was all about the love. You know? So for that small caveat, Delphonics, you're out of here.
Yeah.
Okay. I, now that you pointed that out, hey, the dean opened the door. I'll roll with the dean. I'll just go with consensus. You put that one word and everything, I'll roll with that.
And I ain't even gonna lie. When I thought the Spinners were done, right? I was like, man, this old man group. Now, mind you, the Spinners is not from my era. Like, I'm from the Jackson 5 era, right? So the Spinners, even though they were in that era, they were older than, you know what I'm saying, older than me. I'm like the Jackson's age, right? So I heard them one morning. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was listening to WBLS one morning, combing my hair. I'll never forget. I must have been like 11 years old. And I hear Cupid on the radio. Cupid, draw back your bow. Yeah, I'm like, yo! And I'm like, combing my hair. This is back in the hair era, right? I'm combing my hair, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, Mom, who was that? She's like, that's the Spinners. I told you they was good. My pops is in there. Them boys can sing. I told you. Them boys can sing, you know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking, when I hear the harmonies, right? When I hear them say, straight to my lover's heart for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh,
see, when you sing that, you got to do the dance. And when you sing it, you find yourself doing the dance with it too.
Yes. Now, mind you, I know Kool and the Gang personally, right? I know them personally. I know them. I tell the Kool and the Gang stories all the time. It's not because they my cousins or anything like that. It's happenstance, right? You know, right. My father knew somebody that was their relative, and we used to always cross paths. It ain't like that the Kool and the Gang is my cousins and them, right? Bro, they used to say stuff like, man, we need to get down like the Delphonics. This is what they talk about, like amongst themselves and stuff. Man, the Delphonics, all these groups, the Temps, man, you ain't nothing harder than the Temps. And you hear these old school groups, like I'm listening to the Jackson 5s. I'm like, I don't care nothing about the Temps. I don't care nothing about no Papa Was a Rolling Stone. I was like 5 years old when that song. I was Papa was a Rolling Stone. I didn't care nothing about that. You know, you appreciate music later. as you hear it later on and mature, you
Yeah.
learn to appreciate, I'm thinking about ABC as easy as 1, 2, 3. You
2,
know what I'm
3.
saying?
Yeah.
So when you hear other groups though, just shout out the Delphonics, bro, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I think that was like the blueprint of a group, though. A lot of groups looked at them as like, oh, this is the blueprint of how we want to be. So they took the framework and then they tried to make it. They took their framework and then made it their own, modified it to fit themselves. You know what I'm saying? In a lot of aspects.
Right.
But that was, but that was when you had, those great singers, not singers, but singers.
Definitely. The Delphonics, though, are not to be, they're not to be played with. You know what I'm saying? Like some of their stuff. I was watching something on them, maybe a couple of years ago, and I think they're like some of their music, like in the 70s, they were starting to go like psychedelic, and people didn't even realize that they were into like the psychedelic sound because it was so smooth, and a lot of listeners were experimenting and whatever. And I'm like, wow, I didn't even realize that sound was a psychedelic sound. But you don't think R&B, big group, where are they going? Not just R&B, but R&B black.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Psychedelic sound. Where they're going with this, but that was like some of their genius. Like the Delphonics are not to play with.
That's that, and it's that during a certain point in the 70s, you did have that psychedelic, and even some of the groups when they went disco, some of them kind of tried to have a disco. You didn't really realize it was actually considered disco because of the group who was singing.
Right.
But if you listen to how the music was laid out, it was disco, but you wouldn't think they were singing disco. You was like, man, this track is fire.
Bro, there is so many, not to cut you here, but man, listen, man. That song by the Tramps, Disco Inferno, bro, I don't care. Bro.
Yeah.
My man from the Tramps, bro. When you hear the original version of Disco Inferno where they like the demo, and then you hear the part where you hear the story, like, no, dude, you got to take this thing to church. You know what I'm saying? And then you hear the mastered cut. Like when you hear Olivia Newton-John sing I Want to Dance with Somebody, and then you hear Whitney Houston sing it.
Yeah.
Olivia Newton-John did the demo for I Want to Dance with Somebody, right?
Yeah.
And it was like so light and poppy. It was like Cyndi Lauper type, who is another very underrated singer, by the way.
Yeah, people didn't realize how she can blow.
Yes, and I'm talking about like sisterhood blow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when you hear I Want to Dance with Somebody from Olivia Newton-John, you're like, okay, the music good, the whole song, everything about it is great, but she ain't Whitney. And then when you go back and listen to Whitney again, you're like, oh my God.
But as you say that to Uncle Freezy, it made sense that it would be an Olivia Newton-John record, which I didn't know until just 10 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Because she was that kind of, songs like, what is that exercise song she had?
Physical. Let's get physical.
Yeah, let's get physical.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Poppy type of record. So it only made sense, but it doesn't have the voice behind it. So it made sense for them to take the record and give it to Whitney.
And that's something else, because a lot of those songs around the time that really blew up, somebody else may have sang the song, or like Olivia Newton-John, but then you give it to a Whitney, or you give it to a Luther or somebody like that, and you're like, oh my God, this is the greatest song ever. But then you listen to the what you doing singing? How you gonna mess up Luther's song? You realize when you find out, no, they sang this before Luther.
Right.
This is right here.
And
like you don't have.
That record is for you. Not to cut you. I'm sorry to cut you. So
no. Go ahead. You rocking.
But that record is for you because when we think of like great singers off the top, you think Luther, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Luther during, in his, I don't want to say heyday or whatever, but he made an album of remakes.
Yep.
Yeah.
It didn't work for him.
No.
It didn't work because he sung over Heat's Always and Forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as great a ballad
Yes.
that Luther is, I'm sorry. When I hear that record, is him singing it over, it does something to me. I'm like, no, that's Heat Wave.
Yeah.
That's my man that was doing reference tracks for MJ. Like their or not reference tracks per se, but their drummer. Couple of the joints on.
He wrote Beat It. I mean, not Beat It, but I think he wrote Thriller. He wrote Thriller, and he wrote
some of those joints were Heatwave records that the lead singer didn't want to sing.
Yes. And so they argued over that. He like, yo, I'm telling you, these are smashes. The dude from Heatwave like, nah, man, that's trash.
Yeah, he's like, nah, that's not. But he was kind of like, and I don't want to take nothing away from the great MJ, but as he's transitioning into like his adulthood, Heatwave had already had like this sound, and it was like, it just sounds like what Mike should be sounding like as an adult. Like
right.
I'm treading lightly here because I'm using my circumstantial evidence.
right.
My circumstantial music lover evidence. But if you hear, I'm such ashamed that I can't remember his name with me right now. I'm the lead singer for Heatwave, but and there's a group that, and I don't want to veer too far, but there's a group that, if you look at their history, I think maybe like one of the band members is still alive.
Johnny Wilder Jr.
Like one got stabbed up by his girlfriend, another. I mean, it's tragedy all over the place.
Hey, the lead singer was Johnny Wilder Jr.
Yes, Johnny Wilder Jr. But if you saw, and they're another Heatwave. Originally, I believe, is from out of Cleveland.
Yeah. Cleveland.
Another big band, Cleveland. I told this to Cleveland before. Cleveland, Ohio is the capital of the bands.
Oh, look, did Lakeside come out of Cleveland? No, Lakeside came out of LA. Was Lakeside?
No. So you talking about the Ohio Players. You're talking about
Roger Troutman is out of Cleveland.
Yeah, they out of Cleveland. But you talking about what's my man name? Is it the Isleys? Isleys from Cleveland?
The Isleys, yeah.
The Isley Brothers. You're talking about a lot of groups.
And AD the dude you talking about is a dude named Rod Temperton.
Yes.
He wrote.
See, the Dash Band came up out of Cleveland.
Yeah. They came from Cleveland, but they get credit for Atlanta. They came out of Cleveland, but they hit it in Atlanta though.
Plus
Cleveland.
Plus, you got two other things that are not musically related unless you hit the high note, which is Tony Braxton. Well, not Tony Braxton. I'm sorry, Jane Kennedy and Halle Berry are from Cleveland, Ohio.
Ooh, Jane Kennedy.
Jane Kennedy.
Jane Kennedy's still fine. They gave like 75. Still fine.
And I should have known. I should have said this was one of my favorite R&B groups of all time, and that's LeVert. Of course, they are.
The OJs.
The OJs, yeah.
Yeah. Very underrated group, bro. Very underrated. But to AD's point about the Michael Jackson and Heatwave,
right.
Man, the Rod Temperton was writing, and so what me and my cousins and them call it is teenage love, like the teenage love songs. You know what I'm saying? Like the joint, like working day and night. That's like a teenage love joint. Got me working day and night.
Mm-hmm.
See, if as an adult, as somebody mature, they like working day and night. So what? I got these bills to pay. You know what I'm saying? but when you're young, you just thinking about partying, and you know what I'm saying, and work is secondary, you know. But
all of those groups, you know, if they couldn't make you dance, see what I'm saying? Like you literally had records called Dance,
yeah,
Dance, Dance, Dance.
yeah, man.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it. That's the chorus right there.
yeah,
Dance, comma,
Dance, dance,
dance.
dance.
You know, with a few more E's,
yeah,
and a few more E's on the next dance. Like that was like the goal. Like you were gonna do.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. I mean, I was trying to get to the Gap Band because when you look at their discography, there are a lot of groups, man, that are good, right? A lot of groups that are really good, bro. Like when you listen to when you just put the LPs on, just put the record on the record player.
Mm-hmm.
For my money, this group named Tavares, bro, you can put them up against anybody, bro.
My friend's cousin is in that band.
Really?
Yeah, because you know Tavares is like the forerunner for DeBarge.
Yeah, yeah. And the Silvers, well, not
the Silvers. What do they call? Not Slick. What do they call? Oh my God, the brother who passed away from DeBarge. Switch.
That's them. That's what I was thinking.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're the forerunners. Tavares. It's Tavares, like that tree line.
Yeah.
Right there. Switch. Yeah. There's a group.
There's
a group that could. Oh my God.
Lord, yes, they could sing and they can write music.
And they could play. You know, that's some of the things that we've lost in music. And I don't want to pick on the younger folks today, but it's not their fault per se. It's that a lot of these kids didn't have music appreciation.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, man.
True. Hey, did you know? Go to Glee Club, but then you had to take that awful flute to the Glee Club.
Yeah, I remember that.
That awful clarinet. We had to pay
$2 for that flute too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We had to pay for that joint.
So you had, plus we didn't realize it at the time, but we loved our parents' music. We just didn't realize it.
We just didn't realize it, bro.
Right.
You know,
we just didn't realize it.
They also forced it on you because you know, ain't nothing else playing in the car, but you know, you may have to listen to some Bootsy Collins at early in the afternoon, him singing, "I'd rather be with you."
Yeah.
Like 2:00 in the afternoon. Who the hell is listening to that at 2:00 in the afternoon?
But see, you know, with me, my because of my brother, that's all he's. You know, I grew up with more funk than anything. You know, so my brother's group. You know, we talking about when you throw the 8-track in the Pinto and get the rolling, man. And you know, growing up listening to Maggot Brain and you know, you had Bootsy and you know, Brothers Johnsons and stuff like that.
Brothers
you know, that was a lot.
Was a good group.
Man.
Oh man. Don't forget about Confunction.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, man.
You know,
like Confunction
you know,
gets slept on a lot, bro.
Confunction, Dash Band, Brick.
I'm gonna tell you a group that there's 2 songs that I don't care wherever I am, if I hear it, it's automatic reaction. Dennis Edwards, Don't Look Any Further.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. That bass line don't matter.
One of the most sample tracks.
And Odyssey, Inside Out.
And so I thought you was gonna say Native New Yorker.
Well, Native New Yorker is just like my, you know what I'm saying? When you trying to just throw your chest out there and you know what I'm saying, that record comes out from a certain era, you know. But Odyssey Inside Out is like, I heard it the other day, I'm in the car and like I'm acting a fool. You know what I'm saying? Like the record came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Just one of those, you know, those groove lines that we forget. Like if the women ain't dancing, 9 times out of 10 the record sucks.
Pretty much.
You know what? And that's how they used to, and that's how you could judge if the music was good back in around them days. If you couldn't put a record on, you got a house where you can't put a record on, you can't get the women on the floor, then it's no good, no sense of playing.
No sense of playing it. That's for you and your boys. If the record comes on and the women ain't, that's my song.
Yeah.
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 Because at the end of the night, if she ain't walking off the floor looking like a raccoon, then it wasn't worthwhile.
Nah, it won't work. Yeah, man.
So some of those joints is just, and again, not to knock, today's music. Well, and again, I guess I am knocking today's music, but it's just like so many. Like I said, so many of those songs, we didn't realize that we liked them until we then became the babies of hip hop, and every record that we loved in the 80s and the 90s they are sampled from our parents' music.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you another group I loved back around at that time was SOS Band.
SOS Band.
Yeah.
Man, rolling with my brother, man. The first time I heard it, and I'm gonna tell you, the first track I ever heard was it wasn't Tell Me, it was Sands of Time.
Okay.
First song I ever heard from him, and I was with my brother, and I was looking at the.
Who is that? What group is that? Soulfinger?
SOS, the SOS
Oh,
band.
okay.
I was sitting there looking at his 8-track, and I'm looking at my brother, and I'm looking at the 8-track, and I'm looking at my brother like, who is this? What is this I'm hearing? I'm a little fella. I don't understand exactly what they said, but I just know this is good music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That was the first cut I heard, but of course it's the 8-track, so we just 8-track. You can't, you got to let it play. And then when I heard "Tell Me," I lost my mind. I was done. I was like, this is the greatest song ever.
Hey, you know what song did that to me, bro? I was a little kid. I never forget, man. I was a little kid. It was like a winter day, man. I had on like 9 layers of clothes because I don't know if y'all know this or not, but in the city it can get cold, right? So I'm walking to the store. This is like before 80, so it's got to be like 79, 78, something. You know what I'm saying? I remember being a shorty. This song come on. This dude, it just put the radio in the window and plays this song, and the song goes, "Street life is the only life I know." Street life. And I'm like, what? What is that? Yeah. Cause up to that time, we never heard no song about the streets, like no real up tempo street song. You know what I'm saying? Usually, the street songs usually be like on a soundtrack, like on an album soundtrack or something, like like the Mac or something. You hear some street songs on there. You know what I'm saying? Like Brothers Gonna Work It Out. You hear that like on a soundtrack or something. And so, and they don't play them songs often on the radio, right? So I'm walking down the street and I could hear the ladies singing about street life, and I'm talking about passionate, bro. And I'm like, yo, this joint is. So I go back. I'm walking back through, and it's another song on the radio. During the era, it might have been like KC and the Sunshine Band, maybe like something. It was just that era. But that song struck me, bro. And I was like, I went and told my pops, I was like, yo, man, pops, you got to get the Street Life song. He's like, ain't nobody making no damn song about no Street Life. but my pops is like, yo, what's the name of the song? I'm like, Street Life. Ain't nobody. And he's like, who's singing? And I'm like, a girl singing. And he's like, ain't no girl singing about no. And yo, they laughed at me, bro. And then like 2 weeks later, he come in with the brown record sleeve. I don't know if y'all remember in the record store, they used to put the record in a brown paper bag.
Brown paper bag,
like,
yeah.
And he put it in there, and I pulled it out, and it got the Crusaders on it. And man, we played that song to death. I think my pop put that song for $1.99. He was like, "Man, I spent $2 on this record. It better be good." Man, we played that song to death, bro.
Man,
To
look, hey,
death.
man, that's just like, so you remember after the 8-track, when it came out with the cassettes, you had, you still had the 8-track player, but you had the 8-track, the cassette adapter for the 8-track. I'm really taking it back, right? So before you can make your, my brother would always have his albums playing. So moms would be gone on Saturday, go church all day, do choir rehearsal and everything else. We supposed to be at the house, me and my brother and my sisters at the house, and I'm the youngest. So they get to cleaning, but we go in the living room. He closed the door and got the tape recorder with it right up to the speaker, so he can record his music on the cassette, so he can put it in the car on the 8-track adapter.
Right.
So, and I remember it was the Bar-Kays. I can't remember the name of the album.
The Bar-Kays, they from Cleveland also, right?
I think they are. But I remember the album because it had the Bar-Kays and had this woman. She was naked laying on the stage with them. I remember the album cover.
Yeah.
And my brother was recording it, and the whole time.
Oh, you talking about the Bar-Kays. I think they from Akron. Same thing to us, though.
Same thing.
Same thing to
Ohio.
us.
They said, they up by Ohio. Ohio put out some groups, but I remember that was one of the albums. When you were talking about that, just taking it back. So, like I said, the music, the way they had it back in those, back in that time, man, you just couldn't go wrong. Because you had bands, you had cats that actually sang, not auto-tune, not a studio singer. I'm talking about, you be like, give me a note, and they out there blowing. That's that kind of stuff. And then the music made you feel. You felt the music. You know what I'm saying? What was that? What was the other track? Yeah, you were talking about Street Life, and there was another track around that time. Man, it'll come to me because right now I got Street Life.
What kind of group was it? Was it the Commodores?
No. I'm trying to remember. It'll come to me in a minute. It'll come to me. I'm having a senior moment right now.
That's what it is sometimes. But just those songs. There's also a period where, and I'm guilty of this, is the records that keep you in the car.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? The records that keep you in the car, that especially when you love, and because you know how we do, we love our cars.
Yeah.
And the cleaner your car is, you can tell how you feeling because it's coming out of your system.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about, singers like, Patrice Rushen. Drop it.
Patrice Rushen. You took it there.
Taking all this time. If he was up, up Harlem and all those places, and Denise Williams.
Yes.
Free. Yeah. These are a lot of records that, men are singing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
These are women records and men
were singing them.
Are singing them hard, loud. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of those, especially those, like I said, those slow groove records that just started to permeate, that made you want to have your woman in the car with you, wherever you was going, built for the car. I firmly believe that when some of these people were making their records, like, you know what, this right here,
something to cruise to.
This is the cruise right here.
Bro, I saw a grown man. This deacon was taking us home from church, bro. And that Patrice Rushen joint, Feel So Real, came on. Feel So Real that I just can't let go.
Yeah.
And that joker loosened up there. It was singing. Hey, Chuck, guess what he was driving? A Buick Wildcat. Yeah. A Buick Wildcat. Yeah.
Well, that's like you know, you talking about singing, you know, and I know I'm about to go take it way back when you had that Betty Wright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Betty
Yeah.
Wright. Hey, roll into some Betty Wright or Betty White.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Those are made for the car.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely made. Here's a group. I'm not sure if you guys touched on them, but they were so big. Rolls Royce.
Oh, Rolls Royce.
Oh, talking about the Car Wash soundtrack?
Oh.
I listened to it the other day.
Out the gate. This is their first 5 records. Out the gate.
Yes.
Dude, they were so hot, and it speaks to the ills and the ugliness of the music business.
Yep.
Because their drummer, you know, he was so he lost it. He became homeless. He literally, he wanted his money because when the architect of the late Motown was Norman Whitfield.
Whitfield, yeah.
Whitfield is the one who finds them, gives them everything, their whole backup, whatever, and you know, but he robs them.
Yeah. Yeah. But the thing about the part of that too is what they didn't know as kids out of high school, what they didn't know was the publishing part. What they didn't know is the writing words down on paper is you know, should be published. But so is the instruments that you play, the music that you play it can be published too. It's the same. It's just in a different format. It's the reason why Tony had only, I think some dude said, I think I saw some YouTube thing where my man was like, 3 people was getting paid, but 6 people, the Tony was a 6-man group or something.
Yeah.
But yo, that Car Wash soundtrack, bro.
Out the gate, Freezy.
Out the gate.
Out the gate.
And
they come out the gate.
And but if you bury Gordy, just real quick, if you bury Gordy, how you let Smokey Robinson keep putting out played out music, not making no hits? You got to go sign outside contracts, but you let Norman Whitfield walk out the door.
Because he wasn't paying. He wasn't breaking the bread. You see what I'm saying? And once Norman Whitfield he wrote all of them great 70s hits for Motown when
for the Commodores.
When Motown got to LA, when Motown transitioned from Detroit to LA, and and this is after because remember Motown they did away with the in-house band and them. They left over money and all of that.
Yeah.
You know, brothers and all of that. And when Whitfield and them took over, you know, came in again, they wasn't breaking the bread, but he understood the business.
Okay.
So it was nothing for him to be like, you know what? Oh, let me go get my own label.
Right.
I'm producing these hits.
Right.
You know, and he understood that. That's another part of it. You would think once you understand the business and you know how people are getting jerked, right? And you're bringing in new talent and things of that nature. Now, don't get me wrong. Everything costs. You know, hairdressing costs, this costs, that costs. But you would think you would just teach, you know, the oncoming brothers and sisters, like, look, this is about the business. I'm the owner, whatever, but we're going to help. I'm going to help you out get a little bit of this money here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So at least your house won't go in foreclosure because you would own your house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's never the story. When you hear these guys' stories, good God have mercy.
Yeah, they went through it.
Soundtrack out the gate. Your family's family should be still eating off that right now.
Right now, yeah. Yeah.
Especially during that time, you had that one hit record that's still getting played. Like, think about it, like you said, the main track, when you say Rolls Royce, you think about Car Wash.
Yeah.
Most people think about that. That track right there.
And for the record, the movie was trash, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, stop it. Oh my God. Oh, I'm leaving. Oh my God. I'm out. I'm out. Oh my God, Freezy. Are you serious? Did you
Yeah.
say that with a straight face?
Yes, the
He said
movie
it with a
was
straight face.
bro. Come on, come on, hey man, the diner scene, or the diner scene. I mean, I'm
With
sorry, the
Superfly?
cleaner scene
With the
when he going to
fly?
clean us. You like, come on, bro.
With the
You couldn't have paid a real. You couldn't have paid a pretend actor to do it, bro.
Freezy.
Yeah, you say come on, bro. You can't even. You an actor can't even read.
This is 1976. You blasphemous! Oh my God!
Oh my.
Yes,
Hey, so
right.
which one was better, the soundtrack or the movie?
Soundtrack.
The movie. I'm gonna take the movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Take the movie. When Daddy Rich and Richard Pryor rolls up with the Pointer Sisters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are we serious right now? Are we serious right now? When the fly hits the diner and he won the tickets, and he came back with his suit with his afro is like 8 inches wide, totally circular, and he rolls up in there and he's like, yo, look, I know you waiting for your Prince Charming, but I am him.
Right, I know.
Don't nobody dig you like I do, girl. So if you let me walk out this door, I ain't coming back. You hear? And he does the about face, and she's like, pick me up at 4:00. And he said, the fly wins again.
Hey, we talking about Bill Duke.
Bill Duke is in there. You gotta apologize right now, Freezy.
Come on, bro. Trash.
Right now.
What was his name? Mufasa? No.
Oh, my bad.
Never mind. Go ahead.
What was his name? His name was Mustafa.
Yes.
Mustafa. There we go.
Yeah, Mustafa.
Tell him so, Finger.
Hey man, look, I can't agree with this Freezy because I love them old 70 joints, man.
Oh my God.
Because you also talking to a cat that Uptown Saturday Night, Let's Do It Again, Every Which Way with Loose. Hey, Uptown, Let's Do It Again is one of my favorites. Lee Farnsworth.
Yeah.
Just genius.
Yeah, man.
Absolute genius.
And the sound and the music, the soundtracks, man. Because was it? I want to say, Let's Do It Again. The Staple Sisters.
I was just
Staple Singers did that.
Staple Singers is another.
Staple Singers did that whole album. They did that whole soundtrack.
The Staple Singers.
The Staple Singers.
Curtis Staples wrote the whole thing, man, and Marvin Staples and them did their thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for my money, I could probably, you know, in my mind, and I don't want to take away from it. Maybe trash was maybe too strong a word, but I could still think of like, I feel like I could think about 50 movies on that same budget that probably is better. It's, you know, but it's different taste, man. I mean,
you see, the genius,
you know,
in that particular movie is that they're not trying. You see, when they're not trying to be funny, they're not trying to be. It's just like, yo, boom, lights, camera, let's go. Because all of those people, their backgrounds are varied, but they intertwine because a lot of those folks, they're, you know, trained actors and, you know, Shakespeareans and, you know what I'm saying? They did the Chitlin circuits and, you see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
When you were a professional back then, you had to dance, you had to be able to sing, you had to, you know, can tell jokes, you had to be able to.
And you had to do it all.
You had to do it all. See what I'm saying? So a lot of those people, so for them, that paycheck is like, what? We're gonna be on a screen and we getting paid for this? Where did I sign up?
Right. No doubt.
I
Yeah,
never
man.
look down on the. I've heard people over the years look down on the black, you know, cinema of the 70s and call it black exploitation. Or I never termed it because a lot of those folks, it was the first time that they really got a chance to shine.
Yeah. I
You got-
mean, look, it was. Hey, think about it. It wasn't for Truck Turner, we probably wouldn't have Lieutenant Uhuru.
Boom,
Yeah.
boom. You know, we forget that Jim Brown was a big deal
Yeah, man. Hey, Jim Brown did a.
post
He
football.
Hey,
Yeah.
he was in westerns, and he was on a 3 the Hard Way
Yeah,
with
man.
Jim Kelly and Fred the Hammer.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like at one point, you know, you did have some some actors. Well, you didn't have some. You had it all. You had your pick from wherever you wanted to go. You know, cinema, musically. You know what I'm saying? Like we forget, you know, that how big Barry White was.
Yep.
The Love's Unlimited.
Yeah. Orchestra, bro, that was so new to us. We was like, Love Unlimited Orchestra? Okay, they're important.
For real. This dude
Yeah.
every show rolling with like 70 people. See, that's why that's how he became broke.
Right.
You know, at one point, because he was like the MC Hammer before MC Hammer. He's rolling with a major
Production. Yeah.
just to keep the music how he wants the music.
Right.
It's not sustainable.
Right.
Plus
Right.
to have a family that you also got to take care of.
Yep.
But the quality of the work.
Oh, no doubt, bro. No doubt. But if we talking about movies from that era, I just wanted to be respectful of Car Wash, bro. When I'm looking back at the movies of the era, bro, we talking about movies like Shaft. You know what I'm saying? The Shaft soundtrack, bro. Come on. I mean, you talking about
Is that Curtis Mayfield?
yeah.
Is the first one-
No.
I can't remember if it is or not.
Curtis Mayfield did
Is Superfly?
Superfly. He did Superfly.
Superfly, yeah.
Okay.
Isaac Hayes did Shaft.
Okay. Right.
Another movie right there. As bad as it is for the symbols and the negativity, I put Superfly on today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put Superfly
Yeah.
on today.
Yeah, that
Ron O'Neal, stop.
right. Ron O'Neal is a saint, bro. I mean, him and Max Julian, bro, they saints, bro. You know, I mean, you think about Foxy Brown,
Coffee, Foxy Brown.
Yeah, I mean, I'm scrolling through, bro. There are so many
Black
movies.
Mama, Black Mama, White Mama.
I love that movie. Oh, I love that movie. Black Mama, White Mama. Oh, absolutely.
Shaft in Africa.
Shaft in Africa.
Yeah,
Black Belt Jones.
Yeah, Black Belt Jones.
I ain't gonna lie. I said his name. I said it earlier, but Truck Turner. I love some Truck Turner, dog. I love Truck Turner.
There was some good, you know, like I said with Superfly, man. Superfly, you know, it starts out. Here's this dude. He just wants one more score because he's trying to get out the game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's trying to get out the game, and the man is pulling him in, and his man, who he thinks is his man, he's pulling his plan out for him and his man to get out the game together. You know what I'm saying? And his man ends up, you know, doing him dirty. But his man told him, it's like, yo, look, what's better than this?
Right.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Piece of the Action. I forgot about that one.
Piece of the Action, another one.
Bro, we got to get together and review that one. Piece of the Action.
Piece of Action, man. I love that movie, man. Like I said, those two had me crying, man. I got Uptown Saturday Night on DVD. I throw that in. I tried to get the kids to watch it with me. They looked at me like I had 4 heads. I was like, y'all not understanding. You're not understanding.
Yeah. You don't understand. You gotta be able to you just gotta be able to sit down and open your mind and not look at the cinema. See, the beauty about those movies and stuff, when I watch them today, and it pulls on my heart so hard today, is that when I see the cinematography,
Mm-hmm.
when I see the fuzziness of the camera and stuff like that,
Yeah.
The sound isn't quite crisp. The sound
know,
isn't crisp. You got the crackles.
You can't help to be 11-year-old Freezy again.
Right.
You just for those for that little hour, 2 hours, or whatever. I'm sitting here, and for me, I don't need you here watching it with me.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because this journey is mine. You know what I mean? Like it takes me back to that little space, that space and time, and I'm like, yeah, this was special. You can't see it, but I can see it because it was my time. You know what I mean? It was my time. Like throw on Cooley High.
Yeah.
Oh, I just.
I said it before. I have to stop it right as Cochise is running up the train yard.
Yeah, up the train yard.
I can't watch anymore. That's when and mind you, there's another 15 minutes more left of the movie.
Yes.
But that's it. That's it.
And it ain't even about the death scene, man. It's about, to me, it's about how Glenn Turman can't handle it too. You know what I'm saying? Because the death scene is sad.
I still can't handle it. And to this day, if the writers had they long been dead, I'd have been writing them right now. Why couldn't Cochise live and be the star he was meant to be? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What you see, it's almost like it's not almost like it's like life imitates art and vice versa, because we see this in our communities today. We done seen a million Cochises.
Yeah, look at Boys in the Hood. You had Ricky.
Yeah. Ricky, why you had to read the scratch off right then and there when you know they're coming for you?
Yeah, but the thing about it is Ricky is a Tweety bird, bro. He was never meant for the street. He didn't have street sense.
No.
Yeah.
That's why Doughboy had to take care. That's why Doughboy had to take care of him like he did, man. You know what I'm saying? That just, that's why we train up our kids to have that street sense, man. Because you got to be able to survive out there.
But the theme is just so, it just keeps running and keep playing. See, that's my thing. I'm like, yo, dude, from way back then, maybe if he changes it and Cochise does become the star that he was meant to be.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying, Freezy?
Yeah.
He starts the trend. Because everything else, that's all we see from then, it's never gonna be that. You're never gonna. Cochise is never gonna. He's never gonna, hit the game-winning shot in the NBA Finals. You know what I'm saying? It's like it ends right there. The dream dies in the game.
Let me ask you this, AD: Is Boys in the Hood a top 10 black movie all time? Top 5 black movie all time? Top 5 black movie all time?
But it holds a special place. It holds a special place because for so many of us, we have forgotten what our relatives out west were doing.
Yes. Yes.
You see what I'm saying? We had so forgotten. It was like the cousins you see when somebody dies every 5-6 years. We had totally forgotten, what was going on out west.
Yeah.
The crazy thing about it, Boys in the Hood was a lot what I grew up dealing with down in Louisiana. A lot of that. And people don't, when I said that, it was like, what? I was like, look, man, I said the best way I can tell you growing up during my time, it was a cross between we had New Jack City Boys in the Hood Minister Society going on all at once.
All at the same time.
But then you had ATL. You know how it was in the ATL, that joint? But then it was that and roll bounce. So you throw all that together, and that was how it was. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of those had a special place because, we all knew a Ricky.
Yes.
We all knew a Cochise. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, some of us were Ricky. Some of us were Cochise.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like my man every time I roll through there in out in the Rockaways, you know, and so forth, my man, he coming back from one of them rallies and whatever, at 15, they're in a car, and whatever they were doing at the four of them, or maybe it was, I can't remember how many people were in the car, but they ran into the beam, and everybody died.
Oh man.
It was like that Friday, and when we came back to school that Monday, and I'm like, "Where D at?" And I'm like, "You ain't here?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? I just saw him Friday."
Friday
You know what I'm saying?
afternoon.
Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It just, the cycle replays. So no to Boys and Hoop in the top 5, but it like I said, it does hold a special place.
Yep, it's like what Kanye said. It's like what Kanye West said. In a blink of an eye, your whole life changed. And from that song, from the joint he had, Through the Wire, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Kanye, like, you know what I'm saying? All this stuff, blah, 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 about driving the car, you're not right. And in the blink of an eye, your whole life changed.
Your whole life changed. But a funny thing, though, with those movies, because Boys in the Hood is like the first. Then here comes Menace to Society. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, a flood of, horror depictions of urban life.
These street life movies,
Street life movies are coming in. And it's almost like every other hood is saying, well, my hood is worse than that.
My hood is harder than yours.
So everybody's like trying to prove that, because of watching a movie.
Right.
And I don't want to simplify things to that fraction, but a lot of this was going on.
Yeah.
To this day.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to mirror the positive what's going on in the community. You want to mirror the
negative. Yeah.
Right.
And it's a good point you brought up, AD, because if you think about it, who gets idolized, most in the growing up in the hood? Who gets idolized? Is it little honor over there that's honor roll and everything, debate king and all that? Is he getting idolized? Oh, he's smart. He's just a bookworm. Or is Nug Nug over there that's rolling that deuce and a quarter on the twos and bowls?
It's Nug Nug because
it's the successful guy, Soulfinger. It's the successful guy.
From what we see is success, right? Because he's clean. Yeah. He's more than likely clean. He's smelling good. He looked like he's on top of his
pocket full of money, or 2 pockets full of money.
Right, 2 pockets full of money.
Or now a duffel bag full of money.
Yeah. And a bevy of pretty women whenever you see him.
Yeah.
So for people who are impressionable and you don't got proper guidance and whatever, that flash is hard to get away from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Hey, you know what? And the funny thing about it, and y'all know I'm from Jersey City. To some that have never been there, is probably like the Bronx, New York. For those that have ever been to New York, it's like when you see the Bronx, you see Jersey City. That's just what it is. It's like a mirror, right? All the way down to the water. Bronx River, you know what I'm saying? Hudson River. It's the exact, a mirror image, right? So in Jersey City, there was like dudes. When I was young, like in the mid late 70s, bro, dudes used to be clean, bro. I'm talking about like 3-piece suit every day, all the way under these shoes. Shoes used to be clean. They used to go sit on these stools, and dudes used to just buff their shoes off and all that stuff. Dudes used to stay clean, bro. Right? Mm-hmm. But they music used to be mad questionable, bro. I used to be like, yo. All right, so it's a dude, Mr. John. All right, Mr. John, he had the last house on our street. You know what I'm saying? Mr. John had all the, you know how you turn the corner or whatever? The whole corner was his car, like 5 cars. All them cars was his. Like, you know what I'm saying? Van Nostrand turned the corner on the ocean, all of that, them his cars, right? Eldorados, he had a mint green Eldorado with a mint green interior with the Playboy dice in it. Clean, right? But when you walk down there, like when you be like, "Hey, Miss John, what's happening?" You like, "Yo, I'm selling crabs down here, man." You know what I'm saying? For the kids, I'm selling y'all a crab for $10 a piece, or whatever, just whatever, trying to do something for the community, or whatever. But you go down there, and this joker is playing Anita Ward. That's not what you're doing. You know, like, yo, that my bell, that's my cut right there. Wait a minute. That chair is your chair. Wait a minute. Yo, you like Uncle Freezy, man. Take that record off and put that Donna Summer cut on there. Hey, Mr. John, you know you my man, right? You know you know you my man's right. But I ain't never about to put on no Donna Summer. Like, man, put the Diana Ross on right now, bro.
You're like, what? Hold on, man. We went from Donna Summer to Diana Ross.
Yes, you like, hey, man, put that Peaches and Herb cut on. Not me.
Hey,
You crazy.
Hey, he want little Freezy. He want little Uncle Freezy put on Reunited.
Yeah, not me. I ain't put What's the other Peaches and Herb joint? The disco joint. Disco joint, man. It's right on the top, but he used to love that joint. Oh God!
I know the song you're talking about.
Now I gotta go. Now I gotta find it, bro. Oh, jeez.
Shake Your Groove.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Shake Your Groove thing. Yeah.
Show them
Hey,
how to do it now.
yeah, Uncle Freezy, put on that Shake Your Groove thing. Who?
Like I said, it was all about the dance. If you couldn't dance, you know, and your moment, you know, for us at a certain age was when you had the block party.
Yeah.
And the block party was kind of like your, you know, outside of your house, your mother and father making you dance. The block party is kind of like your first kind of social introduction to, you know, you and your little friends are over here, and the girls and their little friends are like over there, and the girls are already dancing. It's always the guys that have to muster up the to start to get into the thing. You know what I'm saying? So for me that was it. And I still remember my man Ryan. I don't know where he got these dance steps from, but Ryan all of a sudden looked like he was gassing up. He was revving up a motorcycle. That's what he looked like. He was revving up a motorcycle. Yeah, I still remember the record. It's Nile Rodgers and them, Chic, the Sugar Hill Gang instrumental. Right?
Oh yeah, I know
that record. Good times. Ryan busts out these moves where he starts like he's revving up the motorcycle, and I turn to my right, and I'm like, "Go ahead, Ryan."
So, is it safe to say that your man is the one who started Chopper Style?
He may have. Ryan may have, because it was, because you know, from back then it was all about baseball.
Yeah.
So that's all we did was play baseball. You know what I'm saying? Well, that first block party was like, no one has a mitt, a bat, a ball.
Right.
You know what tickled me about it is, you remember you had those cats that make up their own dances. That what used to get me.
Yes.
You know, and you have a cat, you have two of them, and you got the one cat that's egging them on. Because he's like, y'all want none of this right here, boy. Let me tell you.
Yeah, he coming out there like this right here. Like,
yeah, he coming out and say, boy, y'all want none of this right here, boy. That boy that can dance, boy. Y'all want that? Show him the dance, boy. Hey, do that thing. Go on there, boy. Do that thing. Start the lawnmower.
Yeah.
Get the chainsaw. Now they calling out the game. Hey, shoot the arrow.
That's it.
Network.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, boy. Y'all ain't ready for that.
And for us, it transitions right there, because Rapper's Delight comes out.
Yep.
And if there was anything that was a universal Pied Piper in life, was that one record.
Yep. Yep.
That's it.
Because it was a smash. It was a smash the year before.
Smash.
Yeah.
It's like the record for like 3 years.
Yep. All on Kiss. On WBLS.
Every little school party for us.
Yeah.
If they didn't have that record in the school, it was like a dud.
Yeah.
Look, hey, I'm gonna tell you. See, all being that you cats from New York and Jersey, I'm the only cat that's born and raised from down south. That record came on, it was all over the place. We little kids walking around talking about a hip hop, hip hop.
Yeah.
You talking about and the joke. Oh, that's why your mama's macaroni and cheese was running, and the chicken tastes like wood.
And the chicken tastes like wood. Yeah.
I mean, many kids got beat down because of that song, because you don't go and you don't talk about your mama's food. Some take like, oh, it tastes like wood, and get the belt. I've seen many cats take an L off that track.
I want to remind people, Soulfinger, for those of you, that record spawns. I got a color TV so I can see the Knicks play
basketball. Everybody.
See, I never knew.
Universally, we are who we are.
Yeah.
Universally.
Yeah.
And that track when they said Knicks, I know who the Knicks were. I didn't know who the Knicks was. Little fun. I know who the Knicks were. I knew basketball because, like I said, my brother was a Lakers fan, big Lakers fan.
Right.
So that's how but I would see, if they did play, short televised Lakers the next game, I would watch them with them. But it was always Lakers in Boston. We used to play all the time, like I said.
Right.
That being said, they the ones who started, you got to credit, I had to credit them for opening the eyes for, some folks when you talk about the Knicks, because now you got cats looking at them that's away from the city, not exposed to the Knicks, not exposed because, like I said, that was a lot for us. For me, that was my introduction into New York. Was that track,
bro? I when AD said that, bro, it just took me back to that time, like when you outside playing. You know what I'm saying? You outside playing in springtime, like maybe it's like April or May, and you outside on the block playing, and like your uncle or somebody, your pops be like, "Hey, the Knicks game on," and hey, I'll holler at y'all later, bro. And it's like everybody, or like they'll put it, in the city. So in the city, the houses would have an alley for the car to drive in their backyard or whatever. And what would happen is like some of the dudes on the street that was cool, what they would do is get like get the like the kernel pop you used to put it in the pot and shake it or whatever, pop some popcorn, man, in the pot or whatever, and pull out the floor model to roll the floor model TV out of the living room. Not outside, because they ain't fool now. They ain't gonna get robbed for their TV now. But they'll roll it to the door and put it in the doorway, and all of us will be sitting on milk crates, right? We'll sit on milk crates and watch the game, bro. And we'd be watching like Ray Williams and all these man, listen, man. And if we was lucky, we might have got to watch it in color. Bro, you watching the Knicks game in color? You felt special, bro. You went to school talking about that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yo, we was at such and such house. You know what I'm saying? We was at Rocco house, man, and his mama made Kool-Aid and popcorn. And the girls was like, for real? What kind of Kool-Aid it was? It was grape, or it was red.
Red.
We had green Kool-Aid. Green ain't even a flavor, bro. Yeah, man. But we'll watch the Knicks, man, and not to bring it all the way back to the Knicks, but man, that was part of or the Mets game during the summer, bro. We'd be watching the Mets. Oh my God, man. But anyway, I need to get back. Let me get back to Because as soon as I bring up Mets, the Mets was terrible, bro. The Mets was terrible.
The Mets
Oh.
was so bad in the 70s. Oh, in the 70s. See, and their crescendo moment at that time was trading Tom Seaver. And when they traded Tom Seaver, they did it in such a cowardly way.
For Doug Flynn, who'd they get? They got Doug Flynn and Bobby Valentine or somebody.
They got I think Neil what's the name might have been. They got a few but nothing, and they traded him like in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
It was kind of one of those, let's just sneak it out there. And next thing you know, he's having a press conference on the way out, and this man is crying.
Yeah.
The great Tom Seaver, the great Tom Seaver. Let's not get it twisted,
Yeah.
That man, that's a name, in baseball annals that, gets lost.
Yeah.
And as time goes by. So,
yeah.
And it started a real tidal wave going the wrong way for them as soon as they traded Tom Seaver.
Yeah.
It was the equivalent to the Knicks moving on from Ewing.
Yeah.
It's like a dark cloud immediately came over both franchises.
Yeah.
And
that same year, in that same year, the Yankees go to the World Series. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for that. Appreciate you.
Well, we are who we are. While you guys at that time, it was almost like 69 didn't happen.
Yeah. Or 70 or 73 didn't happen.
Or 73.
Yeah.
Because the Yankees lost in 76
to the Big Red Machine.
Big Red Machine. They get Reggie, and Reggie has his all-time moment forever and ever in baseball history, sports history.
Yeah.
That's when and we talk about this all the time when the lights are the brightest here. I don't know why. I don't know when it started. I know from the time I was born, that's just what it is here. When cats come here to this place right here and don't understand the history of when guys were here under these lights, it's something to behold. Reggie's forever going to be loved here.
Right.
Lawrence Taylor is forever going to be loved. Doesn't matter what he does off the field. Because when it came down to it,
he talked it and walked it. Yeah.
Talked it and walked it.
Yeah.
That man on his press conference, he said, I'm not coming to New York to hitch my wagon to a star. I'm bringing my star along with me.
Yeah. Yeah. The man said, Reggie, you ever thought about taking more pitches to get the rally going? Reggie Jackson was like, I am the rally.
I am the rally. I am the rally.
Yo, I was like, I am the rally. Wow. Wow.
He let you know what time it was.
Yes. And it came, but that was in a braggadocious bravado era. Everybody bragged, bro. That was the bragging era. The 70s?
Because you had, but these guys look to back it, and they look to back it up.
Yes. Yes.
But you know what's crazy? You're talking about bragging. You know who was the original for us, for me, growing up, like I said, it was different coming out of the South and everything. Used to watch a lot of wrestling. You had WWE, but we had all the other, territories. We had WCW, Mid-South. We had Mid-South, and there's a few others. But the original
down South Georgia wrestling.
Yeah, all that, man. But see, the original man, the one that I learned my talk, when it came to talking game and spitting it like that, was the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
Woo!
Ric Flair, hey, when he was talking about he's a kiss stealing, Rolex wearing, wheeling dealing, Rolex wearing, hey, what is that? Son of a gun. He told me it's taking everything for me to hold these Gators down. We were done. We were done. Hey, we walking around wearing buddy boys talking about hold these Gators down. Ain't not a man gator on our foot. We got them little shoes coming straight out of the grocery store on them.
And so figured, you know what it is, so figured? It's all right. It's all right to be different. It's all right to say, you know what? Yeah. This is what I'm about. Look at Ric Flair trying to be Ric Flair today in his heyday.
Yeah.
He would be arrested.
Yeah.
Oh, man, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He would be absolutely he would be ostracized. You imagine Ric Flair trying to start the Ric Flairness today in that
stuff he said. Oh my God, with the walk, with the strut, and the hey man, look, Ric Flair was talking about hey, I will take your he walked up the bed. How many women you see? I mean, I remember watching him on TV just go into the crowd and just grab a woman and ask if she want to go on a ride to Space Mountain.
Yeah. So funny. I saw him do that. I saw him do that live in person, and it still worked, bro. I was at the South Carolina Gamecocks Central Florida football game on a Thursday night, right? On a Thursday night, and game day was out there on a Thursday night, right? And it was the third quarter. The Gamecocks was supposed to be winning by 70, and it was only winning by 10. So everything was anxious in there, right? And then over the intercom, they play 2001: A Space Odyssey, right? And the beams in the stadium start going back and forward, right? And they put it over in the area that I'm sitting. I'm like, what's going on? And a dude walked past me and is like, woo! And I look, and this dude is like about, on TV, the dude looks like he's about 7 foot tall, right? So he about 6 foot tall, right? He walked by me, and I'm a big man, right? But he walked by me, bro. And so if he is 6 foot, the two blonde chicks that was with him had to be 6 foot also, but with high heels, like with them heels on.
Yeah.
Just bikinis. It was two on each arm, right? One behind him with a coat, a mink or something draped across her arm, and like three of them following him with all of them bathing suits on. All of them beautiful, blonde-haired white chicks, right? And they put him on the Jumbotron. No lie, hand to the man. They put him on a Jumbotron where everybody in William Bryce can see it. And the place go nuts, bro. So we was beating Central Florida. I think we was beating Central Florida like 20-10 after they showed Ric Flair. They showed Ric Flair on the Jumbotron. I think the Gamecocks scored like 40-something straight points on them, bro. Bro, and now every time, and I'm not saying it happened because I was there. I'm just saying I just happened to witness it. This don't have nothing to do with me. I just happened to see it with my own eyes, bro. Now every fourth quarter, and they entrance into the stadium, they play 2001: Space Odyssey, right? And I'm like, yo, and for those that don't know, like, the impact of the song, when the horns blare, dun, 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 and the bass, boom, 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 bro, the whole place is shaking, bro. And Ric Flair is like, woo! And then
it goes with it.
Yes, it go together.
It goes with it, man. It's like it's like if you remember this right along with our wrestling theme here, when Hulk Hogan is about to fight the Iron Sheik.
Yep.
And he comes down to Born in the USA.
Yep.
Comes running out to Born in the USA. Yep. At that time, Bruce Springsteen
was the man.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Bruce Springsteen was born in in the USA in 1983 was like outside of Thriller.
Yeah.
For people who love rock and all of that. What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they lose their mind. They were losing their
What?
mind, man.
Hulk Hogan
Like-
comes running down with the 24-inch pythons. And when he finally pins the Iron Sheik, because remember, there's no greater villain in history than the Iron Sheik.
Yeah.
There's no,
Iron Sheik.
there's no
Iron
greater
Sheik.
likable villain than the Iron Sheik. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he finally drops that leg on the Iron Sheik and pins him and wins it for America,
Yeah.
all of a sudden Hulk Hogan goes from big circuit wrestler because he had done the WCWs, the AWAs, because I'm a big wrestling dude from
He did NWA.
AWA. In case
Yeah.
you don't know, I know the history of wrestling.
Right.
I go back to Chief J Strongbow.
Jay Strongbow, that was my man. Chief Yahoo McDaniel.
You know what I mean? Rocky Johnson.
Yeah. Tony Atlas.
When Rocky
Tony
Johnson
Atlas,
and Tony
yeah.
Atlas became the first black tag team champions to win it all that Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but for that right there, that moment right there, it shot Hulk Hogan into the zenith.
So it turned Hulk Hogan into a international celebrity, not just a wrestling celebrity. Yeah.
And what's crazy? What's crazy is at that time when he was like really blowing up with WWE the way he was, it was
At
Ric
that time,
Flair
it
for
was
us.
WWF.
Yeah, it was WWF at that time because then when WCW took over NWA, started taking a lot of those over. Ric Flair was like, now that what Ric Flair was for everything down south, everything to the west of the Mississippi. That what Ric Flair was around there because Ric Flair he blew up, but he didn't catch on the first time he came up.
No.
That way.
No.
But when he came back, you could Ric Flair was like God. He was like he could walk on water, couldn't get wet.
But
So it was just
he didn't have the see the difference between him and a Hulk Hogan at that time was when Vince McMahon Jr. took over from Senior.
Yeah.
He was a marketing genius.
Man, he was.
Yeah.
He had WWF on late night Friday nights. Remember that?
Yep.
Well, and also he was the first one to stop doing taping it and going live.
Yeah.
He talking about
First one to do that.
The way how he built his villains, the natural. Do you remember Roddy Piper?
Yeah.
When he hit Jimmy Superfly Snooker with the coconut in the head.
Oh,
Yeah,
I remember that. Oh,
The
I
most
remember
racist shit I've ever seen on TV, but the most funniest shit
Yep.
ever. But he bust him in the head with the coconut on live TV.
I'm gonna tell you what got me was when JYD left. When he left Mid-South and came up to WWF, that turned into WWE. Because he used to come into Shreveport all the time and wrestle at the Hearst Coliseum.
Right.
And he used to back then, for those that I know you cats would know, I know AD, when I say this name, the big cat Ernie Ladd.
Oh my God, Ernie Ladd from the Kansas City. He played defensive end in Kansas City. Ernie Ladd.
Yeah. So, him and JYD used to go at it all the time. People don't remember the big cat Ernie Ladd. I'd say the younger cats. But see, this is back even when, when I say Jake the Snake, cats like, oh yeah, I remember Jake the Snake. I said, no, not that Jake the Snake you saw in tights. I'm talking about Jake the Snake used to come out in hospital scrubs and cowboy boots before they gave him the snake to keep in a bag. He would come in and next thing you know, the match be over because he'd hit somebody with the DDT. Casper, you had wrestler number 1 and wrestler number 2, and all of a sudden wrestler number 1 disappeared.
Put a lot of kids in the hospital with that DDT.
Man, between
a lot of kids in the hospital because everybody was doing that, trying to do that
DDT.
move with man. You know what I'm saying? You'd hurt your man with that. Those wrestling moves was nothing to play with.
Man, between
your man, no.
the pile driver, the brain buster, But between Ric Flair, and Jake the Snake, a lot of I think more kids went to the hospital because of the figure four. I remember when kids broke. These two kids in the neighborhood, they would put each other. You know, I would do it too. We would put each other in figure four and see who could reverse it.
Yeah,
and I remember one cat messing around, broke this other cat's leg, put him in the figure four, and then another kid, his brother, hit his brother with the DDT. And man, let me tell you, boy, both of them now, it's bad enough you got caught with DDT.
They doing this.
On concrete, he got caught did it on concrete, right on the sidewalk. So now you got this big bohickey on your forehead. My man had this bohickey on his forehead. He go in the house crying and screaming. Mama come out with the belt and start beating everybody right in front of the house. Just beating them. And you got a bohickey on your head, but you taking this beating.
You got a Flintstone. You got a Flintstone on your head.
I'm serious, man. So he taking his beat. They taking his beat. And she said, didn't I tell you about doing all that wrestling? Told you I'm not taking you to the doctor again.
But so the funny part to that is, and part of Vince McMahon's genius is Vince McMahon knows all this stuff, right? So his genius is having us on edge whether the wrestler is gonna do this move or not. Right? You know what I'm saying? So it's like you captivated now. You know what I'm saying? But the other part of Vince McMahon's unwillingness to change from his genius in a Tom Thibodeau way is if he ever find a blueprint that worked,
he sticks with it.
He was gonna put different people in that same. So for instance, a wrestler that a lot of people don't mention nowadays, and it's been carbon copied over and over and over again, right? It goes from Gorilla Monsoon to Superstar Billy Graham to Hulk Hogan to the Ultimate Warrior to all these to Triple H is that Superstar Billy Graham model, right? Where the dude go crazy and you can't do nothing to him because now he a ravaged beast, and no matter how much you hit him, you can't hurt him no more.
Yeah, you like Hulk Hogan. You hit Hulk Hogan and he be down, he power up. And then you hit him, and then on the third one, he hit you with the point. You and hit your finger.
He gets that
Superstar Billy Graham.
That's Superstar Billy Graham right there.
Now also, another one wrestling, and dude, this was my guy. Randy Macho.
Him too.
Savage.
Randy, him and Elizabeth. Stop it.
Yeah, man.
And the funny thing about it is Macho Man Randy Savage went from being the blueprint of the Jimmy Superfly Snuka, all of them guys, the light, agile wrestlers, the technical wrestlers that will reverse your moves and all that stuff. Everything you do counter, like the Bret Harts.
You had the Bret Harts, and then you had Kevin Von Erich. A lot of people don't remember the Von Erich. Well, you went for
the Von Erich,
Kevin Von Erich was the technical one.
And Dean Malenko was those type dudes.
Dean Malenko and Leaping Lanny Poffo.
Yeah.
It started with his father, the big Von Erich. But again, with Vince, and we've given him his shine, but let's now give him his dirt, because he hurt a lot of those men. He hurt them. He helped put them to early graves. Because the life of a wrestler on these circuits, when you would hear them talk about the alcoholism.
Well, that and the drug, and then too, that was, and then we talking about the 80s when I think that was probably at the heyday when wrestling really, really blew up, was the steroid era, because the bigger you are, the more you want it. And
now you've thrown in the steroids, and you're doing this 365.
Alcohol.
You're doing this 365 for, let's say, those wrestlers. Let's say each of them had a 10-year run. So you're doing this for at least 10 years.
So you're doing it for 3,000 days.
3,000 days.
You may get 2 days off. Maybe.
You see what I'm saying? You may get 2 days. You may get 2 days off, and you're killing your families who never see you or seeing you in incredibly downtrodden positions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He did a lot of harm on his process of, production and marketing and so forth. It ruined a lot of men. It really did, and a lot of
Well,
women.
look at the Dynamite Kid. Look at the Dynamite Kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bret Hart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of these guys, and don't get me wrong, no one made you sign up to be a wrestler.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And once you got your first whiff of the lifestyle, you literally decide to walk. You're gonna go forward, or you're gonna turn around.
Yeah.
Well,
It's not gonna take too long for you to get a whiff of the lifestyle, Freezy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And see, back in the '80s, they were bigger than rock stars, man. A lot of them were bigger than rock stars. If you really
a lot of them were bigger than boxers, bro.
Yeah. Hulk Hogan was big. Hulk Hogan was bigger than it was. Hulk Hogan was as big as Sugar Ray Leonard in the '80s.
Yep.
Well, you think about it. Hulk Hogan had a cartoon, man. They had a cartoon.
Yeah.
And cereal.
And
merch.
cereal.
Yeah.
And then he was doing movies. Then he started doing more movies.
Dude, he was in Rocky 3.
Yeah.
Rocky 3, yeah. No, it was Rocky. Was it?
Rocky
no,
3.
It was Rocky 3.
Rocky
Rocky
3.
3. I was about to say 2,
And
but
then
2 was earlier. Rocky 3,
they take him and Mr. T again. WWF. They take that to his grand crescendo was WrestleMania.
Yep.
Yeah.
They take that to WrestleMania.
Well, look at Debo, Tiny Lister, rest in peace. Came in as Zeus.
Yeah.
Zeus.
Right.
He was always cutting edge with stuff like that. But like I said, it's a double-edged sword because a lot of those guys, because of what they had to do to maintain. When we would look at these dudes' bodies, like wow, these guys are rolling around with like 2% body fat.
Yeah.
Man, look at it's a prime example of how his body during that era and whose body is now is just done. Look at Lex Luger. Have you seen any pictures of Lex Luger, man?
Yeah.
That was my man, the total package.
And
then you see him now. Crazy.
Yeah, man.
Like to you look at those dudes and you be like, wow, like how are they doing this? Come to find out, it is more artificial than anything ever.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like as easy as it came, it left, and it left
just as
vengeance.
Right.
Yeah.
But there was some that did not have that physique, and you still loved them though.
Well, man, look at Dusty Rose. Come on,
Dusty
Rose had
the American Dream.
The American Dream.
Being there talking with the list.
Yeah, the American Dream, Dusty Rose, the Plumber Son.
Yeah, Dusty Rose, and then we had this other cat, and he was out of Dub. This was out of Mid-South. Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch. He come in with a mouthful of chew and a big old beer belly. Wearing his black tighty shorts, tights, and his black boots, and he go to work.
Yeah,
he had some of them, man. They just had no physique at all, but you loved them.
Yeah,
you absolutely loved them, but
Mick Foley.
Oh my God,
Mick Foley. Yeah, I remember watching Mick Foley before he put the weight on when he was skinny. He was Cactus Jack.
Cactus Jack. When every week you thought he was dead, bro. Yeah. I saw him fall off a 20-foot ladder onto a sheet of glass, on concrete.
Yeah, and what's crazy is how they talk about extreme and all that, and they talk about easy. The thing is, it was Cactus Jack and the Funk Brothers who put that on. Yeah, and the sheep herders before they became the bushwhackers. They were known as the New Zealand sheep herders. Yeah. They were doing all that extreme stuff. Dory and Terry Funk was no joke, man. They were the originators of the barbed wire matches and stuff, man.
Yeah, they were
cowbell.
They were also real wrestlers.
Yeah, they were. And then you had Cowboy Bill Watts. For those remember, he come in and he was old.
That's before Cowboy Bob Orton, by the way.
Yeah, Cowboy Bill Watts come in with the cowboy hat and his boots, and they had the cowbell, the cowbell match where they were actually busting each other upside the head with the cowbell, and they
I'm
take the
gonna tell
razor.
you a tag team.
Hey.
I'm gonna tell you a tag team that you guys haven't mentioned, and I know the reaction. The Road Warriors.
Oh man, the Legion of Doom. Come on, man, those were my boys right there.
Doom.
Oh,
the Legion of Doom with the Road War. Oh my God, those dudes
when they first
there.
came on the scene, when I first seen them, and when I first saw them in Georgia, when they came out of the Georgia circuit, we used to get it out of Atlanta. TBS, the Turner had them when they first came in.
You talking about Laurinaitis and them, right? You talking about Hawk
and Animal and Precious Paul Ellery.
Yeah.
And man, I used to love the Road Warriors. But then you remember when they tried to set up their rival, the black version, Doom. Everybody knew who Doom was. You knew who Doom was.
You knew it was Ron Simmons.
Ron Simmons, you can tell from that nose hanging out that mask.
Yeah.
Butch Reed. Yeah. They sit up there like, man, that ain't no but Hacksaw Butch Reed and Ron Simmons.
And Ron Simmons, Dr. Death. Dr. Death,
hey,
Ron Simmons.
Hey man, you talk about that nose, and then you talking about that Dr. Death.
Those dudes, man, they would do these moves. I mean, and they would just keep on pushing the limit.
Yeah.
Like some of these fights, there's a really good documentary on. I think it's on Tubi about wrestling and so forth. And when they talk to some like the guys who were really pushing the limits, and because there's a brother, I think you mentioned his name. They arrested him for a move that he did. He hurt somebody. He really hurt somebody. This cat from the public that they made him a part of it. The whole thing. He was going to do some jail time. He was lucky.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
brother, I can't remember his name, but he was a evil dude, and he was on that Georgia circuit.
Oh, not Abdullah. Just before Abdullah the Butcher. It went around the time of Abdullah the Butcher.
I think so. I think
the only person I could think of around that time was Abdullah the Butcher because of what he was doing. You had Abdullah the Butcher, but then Kamala, but Kamala didn't come out like that.
No, it wasn't Kamala. It wasn't Kamala. It's an American brother.
Well, it was crazy. You know what? Kamala, the guy that's actually that portrayed Kamala, Cowboy Bill Watts came up with the idea for Kamala.
Yeah, that dude from Georgia.
Yeah,
he's actually from I want to say he's from Georgia, Mississippi. It's funny. He did all his time over in Japan. I think it could have been Abdullah the Butcher. That's what I think you may be talking about for a minute, because Abdullah the Butcher was, he came in and it was just big and everything, and Abdullah the Butcher from Mississippi.
He got into a few legal situations where, I think he eventually did do some jail time. He did do some a little bit of jail, but he was like really off the wall, the drugs and, like I said, the lifestyle for a wrestler, I don't know why they decide to walk that road. Once I got to look into the personal side, you gotta be a little bit off the wall.
Yes, you gotta be.
You're not talking about not Ahmed Johnson, AD. Are you talking about Ahmed Johnson?
Is that the cat's name?
Because I know he did time too. He did time and came back, but he didn't last long because he was always lying. Because he hurt Ron Simmons, so he messed around and I want to say he messed around and broke Ron Simmons' jaw right before.
Right, it is on that jaw. Right, and he did it on purpose.
Yeah,
he did. He broke Ron Simmons' jaw on purpose. Yeah,
and when he came back, so when he came back, and I watched the documentary on that, Ron Simmons, they were talking about real fights in the ring that we thought was part of it. Simmons beat him. Ron Simmons beat that man so bad in the ring that he had a lacerated kidney.
Yeah.
I think it's Ron. Right. I believe it's Ron. Yes.
And then Ahmed Johnson never came back. He never wrestled again after that. He tried to pop up in other places. He's doing the little small independent circuit.
Ron Simmons is a real savage.
Hey. So Soulfinger, I got something to tell you. I can't say his name. I can't tell you who, but there is a Knicks fan in our chat every day that wrestled with Ron Simmons and The Rock.
Okay, if you can't tell Soulfinger,
Get
tell
out of
me.
here.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
If
Yeah,
you can't tell,
he
Ron, tell me and Chuck.
yeah, yeah, right. Okay.
Hey, please, I put
He's
my
a
fingers in my ears. I put my fingers in my ears. You tell
yeah,
him.
he's an entertainer, bro.
Yeah.
He did it. He just retired like 10 years ago
Oh, word.
of the travel like on the road. But
Yeah.
And,
He put
you remember
a
the
lot on the
dude that
body
used
of
to do
man.
the you remember the dude that used to do the whole train?
Yeah.
I forget his name.
dude, he survived after wrestling Ron Simmons.
Yeah, nah, he got bread, bro. He don't need to do that.
Oh, okay.
He do movies and
Yeah,
stuff,
you
bro.
talking
He don't need to.
about talking about he had the whole, I'm trying because he came out first he started out, he came out doing voodoo.
Yeah, no,
Papa
yeah,
I can't call his name. It was like because I work with a cat that looks just like him, just a smaller version. But look, he could be his brother. He looked
yeah.
just like
It's
him.
just like him, right?
Yeah,
Right.
so when I see him, I be messing with him. I'm like, hey, I say, hey B, woo, where
Yeah.
the train at, bro? Where the
So
train at?
so the dude that be in the chat is not him, but was in that group. Whereas you remember a dude named D'Lo Brown?
Yeah, D'Lo Brown. Yeah,
D'Lo Brown and The Rock and
yeah.
Nation of Domination.
Nation of Domination.
yeah, he used to be in the Nation of Domination and he'd be in the chat
Yeah,
every
man.
Yep.
day.
Mm.
I talk to him on the phone about once a week. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. He like, and the funny thing is like, he like, yo, when you gonna let me get my own show? I'm like, hey man, I mean, what for these 40, you want to shovel like these 40, 50 people, man? You know what I'm saying? And but the thing is he don't ever come in the video chat or put his camera on because that ain't his life no more. You know, some people just want to,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, maintain some privacy. You know what I mean? But yeah, man.
Yeah,
I was like, yo,
I remember the Nation of Domination. Yeah,
I was like, I ain't
my
gonna tell
man.
nobody.
Yeah, he's a I already know which one you're talking about because I had to Google it. I already know. Not we went by Kama Mustafa. Yeah, that's what he talking about. But he changed up because he came the Godfather.
Mm.
Yeah, man. That is hilarious. When I found out, I was like, what? He's like, yeah. And then I was like, you bugging. And then he texted me a picture. And I was like, yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
The Godfather. Yeah.
Yeah, you remember the Godfather? Yeah,
boy,
yeah.
come on with the whole train.
Yeah, man.
Was the Godfather ever Papa Shango?
Yeah, he was Papa Shango.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. It's funny. It's funny how you meet people in the joint, bro. Just by, you start off like either here on Vibes or talking Knicks, and before you know it, bro, you meet all these people like Wiz. Like, I don't know if y'all know it or not, but Wiz's brother, Wisdom, is the number one, or I think he either top 5 or number 1 chess master in the world. A black dude.
Word.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm still trying to up my chess game.
Yeah, I'm still trying to.
I'm you know what it is with the game? I can't see what the really good players see in the moves, like their strategy.
Yeah, they used to play it on a ship. I had a cat from Philly used to play chess on the boat on the ship a lot. And he and a lot of cats from a lot of African cats on the ship used to play. They used to love to play chess. So on the mess deck on the ship, especially when on deployment, look, you got cats that may play spades at the table over there, but mainly the ship's on. We play more dominoes.
Dominoes,
yeah, we playing bones, man. So and they'd be over there, and for those, and he was teaching me how to play chess. But after he transferred off and everything. I ain't had nobody to really, so the little bit I did know, I forgot. But I used to like to watch them because they used to go at it. They were battling. So, but then too, you get you some bones going over there and, get to rocking.
Oh, and let alone you got guys who play chess and speed.
Yeah,
me too.
And they did
like
that. That's how, yeah.
Speed
they were doing that.
It's like, that's a whole nother.
That's a whole nother animal.
I can't even begin to get you with speed chess.
To get good at chess, from my experiences, you have to be able to cut the board into segments, control all the angles, like master all the angles, like basically shrink the area of the opponent. You know what I'm saying? Like get that queen out and cut the board vertically and diagonally and horizontally and things of that sort for all the pieces that can only move one piece at a time. You know what I'm saying? And without getting hurt by their pieces that can move vertically, diagonally, and horizontally all at the same time. And what I like to do, and I ain't even gonna lie to you, what I like to do is cut the board cut the board in half, maybe use a rook to cut the board in half, and then I'll sacrifice my queen for their queen if I can get a one-up advantage. You know what I'm saying? Like if I can, I'll put my queen out there protected by the knight for you to take that queen. You know what I'm saying? Force you to take it. Like it's either, you know how you and the queen be lined up? Either you're gonna take one, somebody gonna take one or the other, and then you take it, and then I take that with the knight, and then you know what I'm saying? As long as I get the big threats off the board. And saying, and so the chess is.
I think that's my problem because I tend to when I'm playing, one, I don't play enough, and two, I use my queen like my queen is a sword.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like literally, I want to dominate with my queen.
Yeah, the vacuum.
Yes.
You only gobble up all the pieces with the queen.
Yeah, I want to clean up all of this right here.
Yeah.
Why? If you thinking about it, whatever. All right, I want to get all these out the way.
Right.
But that's bad because it's almost like you're gonna get hit by a blind punch for it because Cats is not worried about the queen necessarily. It's the target is to set up your king.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
You gotta push some
pawns
and stuff. I'm sorry, go ahead.
During my time, during my time in service, you meet people from all over. Everybody I knew that played chess was from the East Coast. Like I said, mainly Philly and New York. Those only cats I knew. Besides, it's a lot of cats from Nigeria. My man Nibby, he was from from Burundi. He played. A lot of African cats played. So, but all us cats from down south, man, look, you get a deck of cards, and we getting our spades and bones, bro, and that's what it would be. But I did like watching cats play chess because it is like it's the ultimate mind. It's one of the ultimate mind games, And it's you matching wits and you outfoxing, and it's strategy. It's strategy.
Absolutely.
And that's one thing. Like I tell people, I play golf since my knees are shot and I really can't get out there and shoot ball anymore. I play golf. I played golf when I was in junior high for a little bit. And I wish I would have stayed at it, but it wasn't until later in my time in the service when my knees were getting messed up and all like that. My man was like, "Man, you play golf?" I said, "Man, I ain't played in a while." But when I realized how good the power of golf was to get me out of work and get me out of situations and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man, look, I was a golfing fool. Hey, look, at first I was digging up earthworms and knocking out ground squirrels, but hey, it was all good. But man, when you find out the power, but the thing about what I like about it is you, that club, and that little white ball. Yeah. It's all mental, just like but in the game of chess, it's me versus you. How can I outwit you? What's my strategy? And everybody has their own strategy. Like Freak said, he likes to cut the board in half. Other people do other things. I just like it because it's real intriguing, man. When you see cats, and you can't judge a book by its cover, man. Because I've seen some cats, some of the roughest looking cats, go down there and they chesting it. They playing chess. They getting it
I
in.
don't play chess against an opponent though. I play chess against the board.
Mm.
Right. That's what I'm doing. So I'm playing like when I'm playing against the board. Like every move that you make, right? I've already seen it before. I already seen every move that there is in chess, right? And AD, if you played about 100 times, you already seen them. What you have not seen though is the combination of those moves put together.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So what I do is I play the board first. Like my strategy is do I attack the middle of the board or do I attack from long range? Like when I was a novice, I used to like push the pawns in the middle and swap pawns so I can hurt me get to my big pieces, right? But then the more experience I got, I was thinking to myself, yeah, I don't know if I want to, you know what I'm saying, risk. I don't want to just swap pieces for pieces. You know what I'm saying? What I want to do is make the opponent do stuff that's uncomfortable. Like I want them to castle earlier than what they expected. You know what I'm saying? I want them to start castling. I want to cut them off from their protection. Like for instance, the pawns are supposed to be like your security. You know what I'm saying? So what I want, man, keep pushing your pawns down the table. I down the board. I ain't worried about them coming down here because they're gonna get to a point where you're gonna stop pushing them because I'm gonna start taking them. Right. So while you making, yo, RC Creative is in the building. What's good?
Salute, bro.
Like when the pawns come down the table, bro, I come down the board. I ain't worried about them. I'm worried about what you're doing behind them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, are you pushing a pawn just so that your bishop can have an angle? Is that what you're doing? Are you trying to like? Are you moving, say, a pawn from one say square to another? Especially when it starts looking suspect, you only move that pawn one spot when you could have moved it two in the beginning, right? It's making me thinking like, are you doing some type of opening? Are you doing the Queen's Gambit? Are you opening like that? What type of opening are you using to try to open up the board? Are you trying to divide the board diagonally so everything can be facing going this way? And if I try to cut that line, are you gonna be swooping up and down that line trying to take my pieces? You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot that go into it, man. What I would say, man, with chess is just keep playing the computer. Don't play humans, right? Play the computer. Right, because the computer is going to make the right move all the time. Humans are going to not make the right move.
Do a little more gambling and stuff, and
and then it look fun fight. You know what I'm saying? So,
it's just like when we're playing Bones. Like for me, when I play Bones, it just depends on who you playing with and how people play. Because everybody plays different ways. I play with people that like to play nickels. And for anybody that's listening to us or why doesn't know the game of Bones, you talking about nickels, that's a 5. We don't play that. I play, you got 10 to get in, 10 just to get your name on, and then it's 10 from on all the way on. Or you got some cats, once you get in, get your name on the board, you can take nickels. I don't like playing nickels because it's the easy way out. And cats get greedy and take the money that way. So but it just depends. Just like with spades, man. People play all different ways. Joker, deuce, Joker, deuce, ace.
Yeah.
Joker can pull everything else. It just depends. Like when I was with the Marines used to have all kinds of rules. So I got to ask. So every time I'm like, okay, what's house rules? I need to figure out because we're playing spades. I'm like, no, because everybody plays spades different, man. I've been different places. Everybody plays spades different. So you got to ask house rules. Hey, how you playing Bones? We playing a four doubles thrown back in or read them and weep. I like to play read them. I mean, a lot of times cats I play with, they have it to the point where you just got to suffer. That's just what it is. You suffer.
Yo, even with that said, man, y'all play spades? Anybody in here play spades?
Absolutely.
Yes,
I haven't played in a minute though, because it brings out, really terrible competitiveness in me when the hand is not being played correctly. So
Yeah, see, we normally have like, so we get together over here at the crib, man. I got my homeboy out here, my homeboy show, go by Show Enough. You know, it's crazy because I'm 2 days older than him. Actually, I'm literally 2 days older than my man. But that's my spades partner right there. So we get to call up the fellas and we get the games going. We used to go house to house, just like we used to do Bones house to house. But yeah, man, I love to play Mr. Spades. It get competitive. It get real competitive. You know, you go from the joking and all like that, then you hear it so silent that you can hear a mouse pissing on cotton in church because you're trying to get that book or trying to set them.
Yeah,
man.
It gets absolutely, you know, I mean, because I remember I think my cousin brought the game home early somewhere in the early 80s. And then that was just it in my house.
Yeah.
Like once, I mean, like everybody in my house was a spades player.
Yep.
My mom became a spades player.
Yep. We went from pity pat to spades, bro. And like
pity pat.
One summer, bro, we went from pity pat to spades hardcore, bro.
Easy, hardcore.
Yeah.
And I learned playing with old heads. That's how I learned. Across the street, back home, across the street, my neighbors used to play, and I didn't. You know, I played. We were playing pity pat. And I remember saying, "Oh, I'll put them cards, and we'll teach y'all how to play a game, play a real." And you know, these cats got the brews out, and they teaching us how to play spades. And once you learn, and I had to be maybe 8 or 9 years old playing with these grown men.
Right.
You know, I'm playing Bones at same thing, man. With these grown men playing Bones, I'm thinking I'm doing something, and I'm actually winning, but I'm really thinking, and I'm talking trash because grown men.
That's a question that I've always wanted to ask and to find out, like the origin of the spades game, because, like I said, I just remember my cousin coming to my house one day. She was like, "Yo, I got this game from school," and teaching us all. And that was it. That was it. From there on in, the family game was spades.
Spades, yeah.
Yeah, for a good minute, it was spades.
See, and I'm trying to get my kids, because I tried teaching my daughter, my second oldest, try to teach her dominoes, and she kind of started to get it, but just couldn't get it. You know, when she was over in Vegas. But my other kids here, you know, because it's not. You know, I'm trying to get to teaching them, but it's not electronics. You know what I'm saying? Kids nowadays don't really sit down. They don't have the patience. They'll come watch us play because they laugh at us talking trash because you hear stuff being said that you ain't never gonna hear before. And I was telling them, I said, trash talking. No, talking trash is part of the game. It's a strategy it's a strategy in talking trash. You know, you got to see if you can get somebody flustered enough to make them make that mistake, or get them shook. But you know, a lot of kids nowadays don't even. Because I remember being on ship. Like I said, I was on ship, man. We used to play dominoes, man, play Bones, and young cats come up. Oh, I want to get in. We was like, hey, check this out, young fella. Hey, I said, that's the kiddie table over there. You go to the kiddie table over there. Start brushing up on your skills. Once you got your qualifications, you know, get all your quals signed before you come sit at this table over here.
Right. You see, but part of the problem is the social development, because they would rather sit with an electronic that doesn't talk back unless it's Alexa. They'd rather hear this automated foolish voice. They get a kick out of it. They'd rather hear Alexa than hear your voice, Freezy.
Right, I know it.
Why? Alexa's gonna give them the answer that they want, and that's it.
And that's it.
If Alexa could give them money,
they wouldn't need us for that.
Nothing.
Then you know what?
Really.
Then you know what? You'd be a candidate for what's them two boys? The Fernandez? What's the two boys that killed their parents?
Yeah, the Mendez brothers.
It's like, we ain't need them anymore. It's like, you know what?
The Menendez brothers.
Yeah, we're gonna figure out this plot here. And I watched that trial, you know, a few times, and to this day, I'm like, I really don't understand your explanation as to why you
You did what you
decided
did.
to do
Yeah.
what you did.
Yeah.
For money that would have been eventually yours. I
Yours.
never bought.
Anyway, yeah.
Anyway, I never bought their you know, what they said, how they were brought up, and you know that their parents was doing whatever. Only they truly know what was going on in that house.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? It's what happened after. I'm like, you guys were so hard and pressing that one of you went to go play in a tennis tournament and the other one was shopping like the Dickens.
Yeah, that was the one that got me right there. The one went shopping. I was like, hold on, man. If you was my clients were distraught. They just did anything to get their mind off of it. Not if you going out here buying Mercedes.
No. So yeah.
You know, you at the dealership and like, yeah, you know, my pops just died, so you know, I think he would really want me to get this E-Class right here. Better yet, let me get the AMG. I think he would like to see me in the AMG. You know, I can imagine, put my pop's ashes in the locket as we ride down Rodeo Drive in my AMG.
Right.
They're just wild, man.
But that's kind of like what to back to electronics. What electronics has done, it has made people less social.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was talking to my son.
Less social and more sensitive.
Yeah, I was talking to my son about that, and I was like, "You need to get in the habit." So I take my son with me. I got a homeboy. I take him with, when I get a chance to run around. Like, come on, go with me. And he always popped. He used to poke his lip out, even when he was younger. I don't want to go. I said, "Boy, you coming with me?" So by the time we went, I'm running some errands, just going around town. Sometimes I just have nowhere to really go, but I just take him with me. By the time we get back later that night, he's like, "Dad, that was the best time ever. I had the most fun ever." I was like, "Yeah, man, you got to get out the house. It's more than a video game. You got to talk and interact with people. You see me because I got to show him how to interact and talk to men. Because I always tell him, I said, when I say introduce yourself, and I tell him, I always told him, you look a man straight in the eye, you give him a firm shake, and you talk to him, you speak to him as a man. Tell him who you are. And so a lot of times, like you're saying, AD, these kids nowadays, they want that electronic thing with the little beeps and noises and stuff.
Because it's easy.
Yeah.
You see, it's easy, and for parents and guardians and so forth, it's, for a lot of them, it's, I'd rather have them in the house or in some type of safety. So if this keeps them, out of harm's way, and plus I'm on my phone as well. So while you're on yours, I'm on mine. You know what I'm saying? So,
but it was crazy is the kids can't focus on anything for more than 5 minutes because you watching a movie we watch movies at the house. I've seen them pick up the phone. I'm like, hey man, I thought you was watching a movie. Put the phone down.
Right.
Even if it's just crazy.
Family dinners. You know what I'm saying? Remember when you used to have regular family dinners like every night?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like every night, like now, your dining room table is probably the most less used furniture in your house.
Right. It's a closet.
For eating.
Yeah.
It's for storage.
It's for storage. Like, why did we buy this again, baby? Why did we get this? What is this for exactly?
Yeah.
Right.
What is this inanimate object that we threw money away on?
We never all meet here anymore.
Mm-mm. And I remember those days, man. You talking about like family dinners and stuff, man. Like used to the big Thanksgiving, like holidays, man. I remember. Well, back home, man, our house would be my mom's, pop's house. Everybody. It wasn't the biggest house, but everybody would come over to the house, man, for Thanksgiving, man. We'd be packed in there. I had cousins that would drive over from Wascom, Texas, and they were in charge of bringing one dish. Right. They had one dish, and remember, I think I told you about why, when I told you about coons freeze.
Yeah.
That's what they would bring. They would bring coon. That's what they would bring because they lived up in the woods, man. So they go out there and just blat out, get you one and bring it in. So that's and I'm not about to eat the thing that's about to jump out the pot like it's going to attack me, for one. And then,
Right.
you know, they come in from Texas, and then everybody come over, man. We have a gang of people in the house, and, you know, it'd be and anyway, you squeeze somebody, you're going to sit there and eat, and it'd just be the whole family eating like that, man. And you know, things have gone away from that, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
It's and it's sad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's really
Mm-hmm.
sad when you have to force people to be around.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, you know, and this is just for me, you know, growing up, man, I used to love going to my grandmother's. Either one of them. Man, look, my mom said, wait, I asked my mom, you know, bedtime, where you going? So going to your grandma's house. Okay. But because I had both of them. Called one Bomo, the other one was grandma. That's what I was going to say. I was like, okay, I'll go. My pop's mom was Bomo. I'll go spend the weekend with her. I just love go to the house, go spend the weekend with her. You know, my nephews come walk over, and we all over at my grandmother's house, man. We have sleepovers and popping popcorn, making homemade ice cream, you know, those type things. As you get older, you still appreciate that. So, you know, my kids were asking me, how was it growing up? And I started telling them about that. And they looking at me like I got 6 heads. Like, you guys actually used to do that? I was like, yeah. She said, well, why would you make your own ice cream? Could you just go to the store and get it? I said, you understand, it was better. Homemade is better. And then you with your peoples and everything, and you know, it's just it's way different, man. You know, especially when you're going
Things
out
are
from
way
the city to
different.
the country. Yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Because if it's not something negative, it's not attractive.
Right.
See, these are some of the things within our communities and so forth that we just refuse to discuss.
Exactly.
I'm saying that we just refuse to discuss, you know, the importance of rearing and teaching your own.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still in the adage of it takes a village to raise a child. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm really into that. So I got a partner of mine. His son goes to school with mine, and my son walks back to his grandmother's house. So he saw him one day walking by himself, and he called me up. He said, "Hey, I just seen Slim walking home." And I was looking at the time. He said he should have been home by now because he's not in band anymore. I was like, "What's up?" He said, "Hold on." So he pulled up. He said, "Hey, you good? You need a ride?" And he said, and the son knows. He said, "No, I'm on the phone with your pop, with your dad right now." So he was in his car. And he said,
Right.
you know, I started talking to him, and then he said, "You ain't in trouble or nothing, man. I'm just checking up on you." He said, "Yeah, I'm good." He said, "You want to ride?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "All right." So it went for there, but it's that kind of things right there, you know. So he met my man. He met my man's show. You know,
Right.
my man looked out, and I know his son. So it's one of those. If I see, it's just like if I seen Lil Freezy, you know, what I'm saying, when I see Lil Freezy on the wrong side of, "Hey man, what you doing up over here? Come here,
Yeah.
come here. Get in this car real quick." And while you getting in the car, I'm calling you daddy right now. "Hey, Freeze. Hey, I just
Yeah.
seen Lil Freezy up on this side of town. I'm bringing him to you right now. Where you at?"
Right
You
now.
know,
Yeah.
and people don't, kind of went away from that. And also, and
No
especially seeing,
kinda, they did.
yeah, you're right. They
Yeah.
But
did.
when
You're right.
but even when you use your, like 2 years ago, me and my lady at the time, we were driving somewhere in the summertime, and she was driving. I'm on the passenger side, and as we're rolling through, this young girl, maybe about 13, she's walking across the street, Freezy, face dead in the phone, not paying attention to none of the car, and she doesn't have the right of way or nothing. And my lady at the time, you know what, she's not the best driver, you know. So I have to put, she put me, like, stop, whatever, because she does. So I'm out the passenger side, and I'm trying to get her attention, and I'm trying to get her attention to do two things. I was gonna say to her, like, where do you live and so forth. And if she would have told me, I would have went down to her house to go tell her parents, like, what happened. Like, you could have really lost your kid out here, because here she is so knee deep in the phone that she's just walking willy nilly across the street, right?
Yeah, man.
She's now gonna tell me, don't say anything. I'm like, no, this is the problem. This is a part of the problem. We're adults. If
Mm-hmm.
we don't say something, then how they gonna know to do better?
Well, you know something I noticed, AD. You said something earlier, that really sticks. When you're saying a lot of them sensitive, right? These are a lot of these kids nowadays are some of the most rudest, want to be hard, sensitive, soft individuals I've never seen.
Right.
You know, it's wild when you look at it. Like I go pick my, go to my daughter's, because I was assistant, help, assistant coach on the basketball team, and I'm driving up, I'm pulling up to the
Right.
school trying to get across, and I'm just seeing them, you get a right away, crosswalk tells you to walk.
Right.
Everybody got their face down in the phone, and they strolling across the crosswalk. The thing is good and red right now. The light turned green. They still strolling across the street, and I'm like, wow, I guess you were born with bumpers because it's
Nah,
just
they don't. They don't.
yeah. It's just that
They
it's just that
entitled,
one
bro.
cat. Yeah, and it's just that one cat that's not gonna be paying attention. Another young kid or somebody not paying attention come flying through the intersection or something, and then knock you out, and then now you mad and trying to you weren't paying attention, but now you mad somebody hit you. Well, first of all, the light was green, and you should have been walking through on your phone. I remember the days
But
when
Sophie, that
cross.
ain't new. That ain't. Man,
I mean, it ain't new. I look, man. Look,
I'm from
I
the
didn't.
city, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. Every summer, cats used to get hit by a car in
Yes.
Jersey City.
Yes.
And they wasn't getting hit by Priuses either. They was getting
Oh
hit by
no,
Deuce McQuarters
man. Look,
and
look back at the
Regals.
crib. Look back at the crib. Yeah, you got deuce in the quarters. Cats get hit by trucks and everything. But the thing is, we were trying to move. The problem we had back then, cats were flying through everything. But when it was trying to get across the street, we were booking it because I wasn't trying to get hit. A lot of them weren't trying to get hit.
Right.
This day and age, there's a lot of them. They just like whatever. You ain't gonna hit me.
It's
Right.
so preoccupied in the phone, in the electronics. It has you
Yes.
mesmerized.
Mm-hmm.
It literally has you mesmerized because everything you want or you can think about, especially if you got an iPhone, whatever, the latest whatever, it's right there.
Right.
And it has you mesmerized. You can't take your eyes off of it. You'll literally put your life in danger in the street. I'm like, yo, I saw so many people, I watch them, I'm like, you don't know what your surroundings is like.
Mm-hmm.
You're putting yourself at risk in danger because there's real people out here that's, really eating off the land and looking at you like food.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're not
Fact.
paying attention.
Right.
You get caught slipping, man. I mean, and you know what? It's just like what you were saying. And remember in Minister, was it back in Minister Society when Kane and his cousin were up at the light in the convertible and they got caught?
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
And they were, and mind
Brothers
you,
supposed to stick together, man.
Yeah, and mind you, you're talking about a day. All they were doing is talking to each other in the car. This is pre-phone, pre-GPS.
Mhm.
They just there coming from a party, having a good time at a light.
And got caught up.
Today, the person next to you is not talking to you. He or she is on their phone.
Right.
Don't even ask about the people in the back. You know they're on their phone.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
Even the driver's on their phone. So I mean, that's the crazy thing about it.
That's the crazy thing about it.
That's the crazy thing about it, bro.
And that close proximity, you can still find a way to not even have conversation.
Yep. You rubbing elbows, bro.
You rubbing elbows.
Yeah.
Because that device is so addictive. It's so alluring.
And the thing is it's like you don't know, like you said, you don't know how to socialize with one another. It's not like you can walk. A lot of them don't know how to just walk up and say, hey, what's happening, what's going on. You don't mingle with people. I gotta text it to you. And it's like, this is the look I see all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I want to see the top of your head. Show me your face.
Right.
But that's usually the generation that grew up in technology. Like most of everybody in the panel grew up with pre-internet. Or for myself, I grew up in the beginning stages of the internet, like dial-up, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So for you to download a song or try to watch something on the internet, it took forever.
LimeWire.
Right. And also, well, I was born in 1980, so that was the technological boom.
Mm-hmm.
And you have what was ColecoVision first?
Yeah, ColecoVision. Then you had Atari.
Right.
No, it's Atari.
Atari.
Let's get it right.
Yeah.
Atari was first.
Then ColecoVision.
Atari 2600 was first.
Mm-hmm.
Then ColecoVision.
Vision.
Yes.
Then Sega.
Then Sega.
Then Sega. Then Nintendo.
Right.
Right. And even though when we were younger we had those games, it was a certain time you could play those games, and that was it. Everybody got to get out of the house.
That was it.
Oh man,
At 12 o'clock, everybody out.
But and the thing about it is, being outside, being inside was punishment.
Yes.
Yes.
That was
punishment you can get.
Yes.
You rather beaten than have to stay in the house.
That's the truest statement. That's the truest statement this evening. Being inside was punishment.
It was punishment, man. Look, I would rather take a Pop's water hose that he had on display ready for me, or the belt extension cord, tree branch, whatever. Just beat me and get it over with, man. I need to get outside. I can't stay in this. I'm losing my mind.
No, you and your little friends, like me and my little friends, is like watching that movie Stand By Me. We would just go find places.
Right.
Yeah.
Once we got out the house early in the morning, especially during the week after school.
Oh man, it was an adventure, man.
It was an adventure that you just had to make sure you was home at a certain time. But we'd go walk around, just to be walking around.
Hey, long as get home before the street lights come on.
Yeah, in between that and baseball was like, okay, in the house was like a punishment.
Yes.
Man.
Right.
Because I know it was crazy. You used to hear that. Get in before the street light come on. You better be in this house before the street light come on. And you see that first light blink, you like, oh, hop on your bike. You trying to get it. You trying to beat the street light. Moms be sitting right there waiting, patting the foot, looking for you. Man, look, I used to hit that corner, come down that carport, and do the BMX back end tire slide. That light across the street come on. Pow.
Yeah. But it's a total different day now, because now you have the comforts of your home, and you'd rather not have your children and stuff out. It's like you gotta push people out the house.
Well, see, now you do it is the reverse. Go outside. I don't want to go outside. Now going outside is punishment.
Yeah.
Go outside. I don't want to go outside. Take all the electronics and stuff. Going outside. You know what? Matter of fact, come on out here. We got some yard work to do.
Yeah, going outside was freedom.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Man. And then, growing up, I didn't drink a lot of Gatorade. Gatorade was considered soda for me.
Yeah.
My official sports drink came out of the water hose, man.
I better go to that spigot behind the house.
Yeah.
Oh man, that water would be you let it run for a little bit, be all nice and cool.
Oh,
I never wanted to go in the
cool.
house. Yeah, I never wanted to go in the house.
I've always had, I would make sure I had at least 50 cents to get my quarter water.
Yeah.
But somewhere between 1 to 3 o'clock, in the summertime, it was quarter water time. It was we had to have
the official beverage of summertime.
The official beverage of summertime was quarter water.
Yep.
So, even when I walk into the stores today, I still get a little itch to look to see somebody selling quarter water. I would buy it. I can't lie to you. If I saw it today, Breezy, I would buy it.
It's like with us, with that old school, the old school jungle juice that came in a little carton with the little bear and the tiger and stuff on there. Get that joint for a quarter. You would get that and a bag of chips. Hey, I was good. Hey, I was good for the next about 4 or 5 hours. That's all I needed.
Right.
But gentlemen, I gotta run. But it was great kicking with y'all as always.
Yes, sir.
Vibes and stuff.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? We will definitely do it again, gentlemen.
Yeah, just relaxing, bro. Just relax and just have a conversation. Yeah, man. Hey, RC Creator put a link to Hybrid in the chat. The interviews and stuff for the miniseries, man. Y'all make sure that y'all check it out. If you
Right.
like old school black movies, bro, intrigue, espionage type joints, you know what I'm saying, where it's not, you know what I'm saying, where it's just like the brothers trying to work it out. Hey man,
Yeah.
make sure you check out Hybrid, bro.
I got a
You know what I'm
question for you,
saying?
Freeze. Since
Yo.
we with everything's going on, we still got, because I know DSJ had put it in the chat before. He was looking for us to do our movie breakdown, Road to Perdition. So, and then I figure out we need to, while we're here, since the three of us here, what's another movie we're gonna probably try to jump on and view?
I would love to. Saturday I'll be in travel.
Yeah, well,
So
yeah, Saturday.
Saturday.
I'll be doing dinner. It's like I said, it's my baby girl's birthday tomorrow, so we going to dinner. So I'll be doing the dad thing with the dinner, crying
Right.
as they eat up, as I spend all this money and they eat stuff and don't eat the whole, and don't clean the plate.
Right. Right. No doubt. No doubt. Nah, I know what it is. I know
No,
what
I'm
it
that
is.
pop.
What type movie you talking about
Whatever you guys, whatever you got, because I picked the last one, Road to Perdition, so I'll figure what you and Chuck got in mind.
Well, we still got to do that one. So
yeah.
We still got to do the review on that, but what other movies? I figure, we have to just start shooting out a list, and we just start going through and like, yeah, no, and then just jump on it from there. Because considering there's so many good movies out there, and especially going, the only problem is we never make it through the whole damn movie. We barely get out of the first stand.
Yeah.
Because you always unpacking. You like we did with
Unpacking.
I was surprised we actually got as far as we did with got to the end of but that was thanks to you, Freezer, kind of keeping it pushing, because we kept finding new things in the first stand alone just to move to the middle. I mean, look, we had a conversation about a 6-ton jack.
Yeah. Yeah. And basically those things that don't get noticed, like we don't pay attention to. But what we'll do is, man, come up with a script. I'll think about a script while we riding back, and then we'll just try to follow.
Come up with something.
Yeah.
We can come up with a few things between the three of us. I'm pretty sure that we can come up with some. Well, I know we come up with some stuff. I mean, just the conversation alone. And like I said, this will give me a chance to go back, because sometimes you guys refer to something I haven't seen. I'm gonna go check this out. And I'm like, oh damn, that was a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
How did I sleep on that? Or man, I watched this, but I didn't remember seeing this. Oh damn.
Right.
But yeah, it was pretty good. And you said you'll be on the road Saturday, huh?
Saturday, yeah.
Yeah, y'all be careful on that road, man. Just shoot me a text when you touch down at the crib. I don't care what time it is. Just shoot me a text.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Hey, RC Creator, whatever he got game.
He Got Game is a lot deeper than what people think, bro.
No, it's deep. It's deep. See, at the time, I know watching that, cats always, they wanted to go see Lala, who everybody knew Rosario Dawson is Lala. They know her name. They just want to see Lala.
Right. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
I watched on a humbug. I watched that Rick James biopic. It was pretty good. It was on one that I woke up about 2-3 in the morning, flipping channels, and it was on, and it was pretty good, man. I didn't know Rick James had a son that was rapping.
No, I did not know that.
No, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, he was rapping. I hadn't heard none of me. I can't remember what he go by, but I was like, but you look at him, he looked like Rick James.
Okay.
he looked like Rick.
Right.
But to find out about his daughter, his oldest child, his older daughter. It was crazy, man. They were talking about his parties and stuff, man. His daughter was like, "Yeah, I would go up there to wake him up, you know." And it'd be people I didn't know who they were. You know, I'm stepping over people that were in the house that were asleep from their partying all night and stuff. And you know, it was nothing for me to see cocaine or whatever all over the house or whatever. I mean, it was like crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, man, it was wild. He went from one house to another one. He had that big trial with Theo. He went to court for kidnapping.
Yeah, went to prison for that, right?
Yeah, for all that, man. It was crazy the way I was breaking it down. But even I didn't know that Rick James and Prince, he had beef with Prince.
Yeah.
So I didn't know
he
that.
Had real beef with Prince, bro.
Yeah, real beef. He liked Prince, but he disliked him because Prince was him. So Prince would open up the show and do something that he would do.
Yeah.
That he used to do. And he's like, "Hey, I'm the only one that does that.
Yeah.
You do your own thing." And Prince would be like, "Man, I do what I want."
Prince was trying to find it. Prince was trying to find his way, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, Prince was trying to find his way. That's all it was. And even the music, because at the same time he had a beef with Rick James, he had a friendly beef with Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He had a friendly beef with Michael Jackson, man. So yeah, hey man, I since we got RC Creative in the building, bro, let me just say this thing about hybrid, bro. I've been wanting to say this for a minute. So man, I watched Hybrid, right? All right, so I have some real positive things and some critiques, right? And RC Creative is my man. That's my man, 50 grand, right? I'm gonna start with the critiques first, right? So in my critique of it, of Hybrid the series, right? And I'm gonna do this because my man's is here. And he know I'm gonna do him justice. He know I ain't about to, start no foolishness. My thing with Hybrid, when I watch the series, I wish that the series, I wish that RC Creative had more funding to do more stuff with. Because you can tell when you watch the series, it's like if we could have pooled all our money together and put in more supplies for stuff, you can tell this joint could be epic. Like if we had like more money to put behind
with
more resources
and the rover,
man, you could tell because it's a super dope idea.
Yeah,
and I think it's well written, right? And I dig some of the cinematography. I love some of the shots. There's a shot like when my man is at the door, and I think the cameraman is coming in from like some type of low angle type, which makes my guy look super big. But at the same time that my man looks super big, it makes the moment feel super big. You know what I'm saying? It's like the things you can only do with cameras. Like you know what I'm saying? You got this feeling like my man it's daytime. My man is at the door, but something's gonna happen. Right? That's one of the critiques of it. That's not a critique of him being a creator, but maybe in terms of the project, I wish because when I watched it with Mocha. Mo was like, "You didn't tell me this was low budget." I was like, "I didn't know it was." You know what I'm saying? But we watched it, and she was like, I like all these." You know what I'm saying? Parts and pieces to it. I like the joint. The joint seemed like it's fire, in my opinion. Mo liked it. Mo liked the lady that was there and like the on-screen connection between the two. I just feel like when I was watching it, I was like, dang, man. I wish it was a way that we could have like fund the projects like this. Funding. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's not necessarily it's
not a shot. It's just saying
a bad thing. Yeah. You just wish that, you know what I'm saying? because we were watching, and there's a scene like at the. I don't want to get. I'm trying not to give it away. I'm trying not to give it away because I want y'all to watch it for yourselves. But man, when I was like, man, bro, I wish like all of us could have came up with like 50 or 60 grand a piece and just put into like a pot to kind of help nudge things along. You know what I'm saying? Because man, when I watched it, I was like, man, this is very well written. And then Hybrid, the dude that played Hybrid, bro, you can tell he had control of the character. You didn't like when I first saw him, I didn't think of him as it's like how you and listen, I'm not getting carried away with this, right? I'm only using this for an example. I'm only using this as an example. You know how Robert Downey Jr. was in a lot of movies, right?
Yeah.
From Sherlock Holmes all the way back to Less Than Zero, in all the movies, right? But when you see Robert Downey Jr. today, you only see him as one character, right?
Tony Stark.
Right. That's how I see my man Hybrid. Like even when after the thing, when I just saw him talking, I was like, hey, Mo, there go Hybrid right there. And she's like, that is him. And so I was thinking, like, man, I wish it was a way that we can kind of pool our money and put like together and like not try to take over the project, right? Like not take over the project, but put our money together and put out some good art.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Be quiet, be silent backers.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and then if God bless us, man, we make the, you know what I'm saying? We, you know what I'm saying, get the money back or something like that. But when you talking like the idea of like what the joint is about, and then you can tell like the joint is trying to go somewhere, and you like, yo, this right. So I don't know if y'all saw it yet, but there's snippets of it on YouTube already. You know what I'm saying? I would advise everybody to check it out. What I'm gonna do when I get back with RC is I'm gonna encourage him to stop what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? And do the hybrid thing. And I know y'all thought I was gonna say, all right, stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin the image of the stylist. I know that's what y'all thought I was gonna say, right? You know what I'm saying? But nah, man.
The number one chief rocker.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But when I watch it, you see all these bits and pieces of like brilliance like strung together, and you kind of wish that basically we watch all types of directors put movies together, and they come from out of nowhere, and you were like, oh, that was an all right movie, it was okay. But then when you watch Hybrid like a series, you feel like, bro, if we could like pool our resources, like get a writing team together and put behind it, not take over, not change the idea, not change that. That's not what I'm saying. And not try to take credit for anything, right? But I'm saying like help push this thing along and get it in front of more people, bro.
Get more people, get it out there so you can be seen, so you can get more support. Kind of like with the like for instance, Top Boy. I don't know if you ever watched that. That series is British. It's on Netflix. It's a British series. Top Boy is really good.
Okay.
And then you can tell the difference in the funding, because the original, you had the first two seasons, and then it got stopped. Well, Drake wound up buying everything, funding, and became the executive producer to put the money behind the machine. And then the third season came out, and the third season was even more fire than the before.
Than the first season.
And this first season, but because of the extra financial backing, you were able to see different things. He can give you more, like you said. He wants to. I want to add in a certain sound boom or certain sounds or certain mics or a different location to give somebody to get that funding to really bring in the story. Because I'm pretty sure that RC probably has an idea what he wanted to do something else.
What he wanted to do, Right.
Yeah.
When you working it,
So
and I'm not talking about like major stuff. Like I'm not talking about
yeah.
like
You know, special effects.
$200,000 trailers for each actor. I'm
Yeah.
talking about stuff like paying for equipment, buying lunch for the crew,
Crew. Yeah.
being able to pay the actors so that they can film on regular days, like make it their career. You know what I'm saying? And then like the commercial part of it, the back end part. You know what I'm saying? When I saw it, I was like, yo, because I ain't gonna lie, yo. And Chuck could probably attest to this. Since we've been doing this, people submit a lot of creative stuff our way.
Yes.
A lot of creative stuff. Everybody I talk to, yo, Uncle Freezy, I got music. Yo, Uncle Freezy, I'm modeling. Yo, Uncle Freezy, I got this clothing thing. I mean, Soulfinger, you wouldn't imagine, bro. I mean, you can't imagine how many emails and stuff like I get.
No, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this is. I already know it's gonna be a lot. I couldn't come up with a number, but I know because you know you may not look at yourself that way. You and Chuck, y'all are both internet celebrities. You know what I'm saying? You probably look at it, but a lot of people looking at what you could you reach out to the masses. So
Right.
I'm trying to get out and somebody help put me on, and you know, and you have helped a lot of people. Free, you know,
Yeah,
but in the country, a lot of people may not, know, but you've helped a lot of people.
Yeah, man.
You know,
Yeah. Yo, and so my thing though, my thing is that it's not like so the thing with hybrid is like I don't want any credit for the creation. I don't want no credit for the future success of it. I don't want no credit, no for public. What I do want though is that people with talent and the people that have the drive to follow up on their talent, I do want them to be successful. So I will be a pain in the butt about that.
yeah.
Like I will be like RC Creative, man, you need to keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep on going, bro. You got to keep pushing this thing, right? But my thing is even with that, it's just not enough for because Sophie, I keep it real. I'll tell you what happened to us last year. What's happening was I spoke to Chuck about maybe doing like some type of partnership tandem thing where we can kind of help. And then my wife got cancer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so it sidetracked Lawrence Tears, it sidetracked Vibes and stuff, it's sidetracked the little thing, you know what I'm saying, my little hustle. And so it sidetracked all these things. So then when you prioritize in life, unfortunately, the stuff that's not as high up on that list of priorities get pushed down. You know what I'm saying? It's like I really wanted to buy a car. I had my eyes on this. I really want, no lie. I'm going into the end of last year. I really wanted to buy this whip. It's called a Porsche Cayenne. I always wanted one. I wanted one brand new, no miles. Just wanted a white one, brand new, black interior, all that stuff. I had been working since 2000, or I'm sorry, 2020, the early part of 2021. I made up my mind I was going to try to do it, and then so I put money to the side, all these different things. Well, 2022 come in. I have a little bit of money saved up. I'm thinking about what I want to do. You know, what am I going to do with Lawrence Tears? What am I going to do with Vibes and stuff? What am I going to do with the little company thing I'm doing, whatever? And then all of a sudden, like Kanye say, in the blink of an eye, your whole life changed. So all the money you have set aside for your dream thing, you know what I'm saying? Now you got to spend that money on every time you go to the doctor, you got to pay. The lady was like,
yeah, there's copay for this. And
they think about every time you go to the doctor, you got to pay $888, right? So you like, I can't. I look at Mo, I'm like, she like, yo, we can't continue to do this. I'm like, yo, we got to keep doing this because I would rather have zeros throughout the bank account and have you here with me. Then you know what I'm saying? And so then when you think about Lawrence Tears, you start seeing me less and less. I'm trying to work more and more over there because and so stuff like the hybrid series, you like, by the time I remember it, I'm in the bathroom brushing my teeth, and I can hear the bass from Hybrid come on YouTube, so my bedroom and my bathroom are messed up like this. I can hear the bass coming in from the intro to Hybrid, and I go back in there and I'm like, oh God, I forgot. You know what I'm saying? Just like you know how you thinking about so much stuff, and so now I'm looking like, dang man, I wish there was a way, because now we're not out of that area because we still got, but the nest egg we had built up, swiping your card, paying the bill, go and get treatments in different cities. You got to get a hotel room. You got to pay for your food. You got to pay for gas, all that stuff. You paying bills on the road and at home, all these different things, right? And then you're like, well, maybe it's a blessing in disguise. Maybe instead of us looking to throw money at an issue, maybe this is, a sign for me to be creative in other ways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So because every time I see Hybrid, I'm like, yo, that man dream. Yo, we got to help that man. You know what I'm saying? Can we, pool our not money, because I ain't got none, but can we pool our resources?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? To help my man realize his dream, push this thing out here. Because he had been telling me about Hybrid for a minute, and I really like it. You know what I'm saying? And so
it's all about word of mouth. You got to get it out.
Yeah.
What I'll do is also, because I got a homeboy. Like I said, my homeboy, I'll tell you about, I play spades with. That's my movie dog right there.
Right.
And I can shoot him the link and shoot the link today. Check out my man and see, get the word out. These are the type of things we have to do, as a community, to help somebody out.
Yeah, man. I'm thinking like maybe what we can do is not pool our not just that, but figure out a way that we can get funding in different areas.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, like do we know any grant writers, or do we know any financial places that would invest in it? You know what I'm saying? That invest in the arts.
I watch a podcast called John Campia Show.
Okay.
On YouTube, and he's a movie critic and stuff. And they go and they talk about stuff, and a lot of times he has stuff in there talk about how to help with getting your movies and stuff out or stuff like that. So that's another way, reach out. There's got to be a way. There are ways. Got to be some kind of grant, something, that'll help. So and as big as the platform is, and all this talent you got within that comes in, somebody somewhere got to know somebody. You just got to keep shaking enough trees and flipping over the rocks and staying persistent. As they say, the squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Yeah. That was one of my reasons for doing the Orlando trip, right? So I wanted to come down here to get away from everything and watch the Knicks, of course. See my son and his girl, of course, and his lady friend. But also free my mind and research stuff. And I got down here and got my fat rump down here eating cereal, watching the Golden Girls. So I ain't did none of that. I ain't did none of that, bro. My mind was because I also write. Like I'm also a writer, right? So every now and then I like to take a I don't know if you call it a siesta. I don't know what you call it, but you do a getaway where you just go somewhere and you sabbatical, maybe go somewhere and just be creative,
right?
Like get all your creative energies out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like one of the I wanted to do it this week, but I got down here I don't know if I told y'all this, but this place I'm staying looks like a pawn mansion. Like there's a private swimming pool over here. And everything is white. You know what I'm saying? But I got down here and didn't do it. And so I'm thinking what I'll do is over the next, say, week or so, like when I get back, what I probably do is get those creative juices, creative energies flowing. And then that way maybe I can do something, get something to help RC Creative, because I really like hybrid, and I have that. I like that adrenaline rush of the way the joint starts, and you knowing that, like he said, like the man on the run, like it gives me the sense of it. So it's not Jack Reacher, right? So I'm gonna say Jack Reacher, but I know it's not Jack Reacher, right? But it gives you the sensation of a adrenaline rush of a Jack Reacher type, you know what I'm saying, vibe, except, you know what I'm saying, it's more, and I've only watched like overall, so RC Creative, what did we watch, like 30 minutes? What did we watch so far, like 30 minutes or so? Maybe more, an hour, maybe? But what I would advise is if RC Creative has more stuff that he can put out, man, we need to watch that and support it and see what we can do to help. My thing is, I like right now I'm cash strapped, like with investing and stuff. But when it comes to, say, maybe finding other resources, like, is there a way that we can like get some kind of grant or something we can attach ourselves to, that, you know what I'm saying, something that's on the up and up, and something that's not going to stress anybody, any one person financially? We don't, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to ever advise, like, even Chuck know I'm cheap. I tell y'all all the time, don't spend money. You know what I'm saying? Don't spend money. Y'all know me.
Yeah, I know there are grants and stuff that they have out there. I've heard of them. You know, I've seen them. You know, in certain shows that talk about certain grants you can probably qualify for and all that. Because man, some of these, you gotta look at some of these big budget movies, and you sitting up here like, man, who greenlit this trash?
Right. Like you seen that new movie about the bear in the woods, the Cocaine Bear?
Cocaine Bear, yeah.
Oh my god.
And it's based off of a true story.
Right.
But of course, you know, they're going to embellish it, because I told my son about it, and I told him the name. He couldn't stop laughing. Cocaine Bear. And the only reason, and you know what? And the only thing that gets me is the previews. Why they want to use Grandmaster Flash?
Why?
Yeah. That's
something like a phenomenon. Something like a phenomenon. Yeah, man. I think they use it because that bass line, the bass line to it is like a drive beat. That white lines, yeah, that right there, man. You're like, okay, all right, I got you. Something like a phenomenon, I got you. Okay. Yeah, man. So RC Creative, that's what I've been kind of trying to do. I've been trying to figure out a way, like, because I saw hybrid and I was thinking, like, am I getting too close to this? Like, because I don't want, because you know how sometimes people get close to your stuff and they be like, relax, easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, like the first time I heard one of Chuck beats, I wanted to sing on it and put it out as a single. And I can see the look in Chuck's face, like, easy, bro, relax. Relax.
Well, that one, and we talking about when you first started.
Yeah, when we was doing the jams in the morning.
That one we called, I called it, concrete, concrete?
Yeah.
Man, look. I'm still hooked on that one. I'm still waiting for the release of the album.
Right, yeah.
Like I said, between Chuck and DSJ, I'm still waiting. Like I said, I don't want, you know what I'm saying? I don't want, you don't have to pay me nothing. I just want to be the cat. I just want to be in one video and just do this.
Yeah, I just want to sing the hook. Yeah, I just want to sing the hook, bro. Just let me sing the hook.
You know, you always had that one cat that do that. That's all I want to do. I just want to.
Yeah.
Like, hey, look, I fly myself and everything out. That's all I want. That's all I want to do. Yeah,
man. That's what the first beat I heard from Chuck, bro, I was like, I just want to sing the hook, and I ain't even making up no hook. I'm just the hook of the song is I just want to sing the hook. I just want to sing the hook.
Yo. Oh man, these guys.
I'll tell you, I can hit you with a couple of shooby dooby doos, hit you with some bass.
Yeah, man. We'll be up there like As Yet. I'll be up there, soul fingers and hit the shooby doo, and I'll just be like, I just want to sing the hook. That's the hook. I just want to sing the hook.
Shooby dooby doo.
Yo,
you guys, and that was on point too just now. That was on.
Yo, wow, bro.
Hey, look, I'm always down to support. I don't need anything, man. Like I said, I just want to be that cat to be like, hey, when Chuck get the Grammy, I just want to be I be the, I just want to sit at the Grammy and do one of these.
Yeah,
I want to do.
Yeah. I don't even need to walk on stage, bro. I just be there. I'm gonna be there with Sharp. Jermaine gonna make sure I'm super fly. If I tell Jermaine I'm going to the Grammys, he gonna make sure my suit is extra fly, bro.
I just want to be in the vicinity. Hey, just point to the camera like. That's all I want to do.
Damn. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Well, hey, fellas, I'm gonna get out of here, man. Hey, Chuck, tomorrow I can rel the link. But I'm gonna send Rel the link in a little while, man, so he can jump on with us so that we can talk about how this fake sneaker culture is part of the culture.
Fake sneaker. Oh yes. Bootleg.
The what?
I'm joking about the snake. I'm joking about the fake sneaker culture part.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm joking about that. But my man take that shoe thing serious. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna see if he remember, and then that way he can jump on with us and hang out and talk shoes and talk culture. And I wanted to talk about Soul thing. Y'all more than welcome to. But I just wanted to talk about the impact of the culture, like the way that we talk, the way that we walk, how we dress, what we like, what we drive, what we want our girls to be like, what we want to be like. I mean, personally, I feel like tattoos are maybe a bigger part of the culture than shoes, but we'll have that conversation tomorrow too. Part of that, because tattoos.
It's funny because I need to get me some more ink. I've been dying to get some more ink too.
Yeah, man. So, but anyways, I'm gonna get out of here, man. Thank y'all for hanging out with me, man. This is like 3.5 hours of straight chopping it up, bro.
Yes, sir. Yeah, for sure. Unscripted, raw and uncut.
Yeah, man. Well, Chuck, I'll holler at you in the AM. Soulfinger, man. If you can come through, man, come hang out with us, bro.
I'll try to make it through, see how things go on. If not, I'll be in the chat for sure.
Yeah, all right, boss.
Absolutely.
All right,
fellas.
Peace.
All right, now. Peace.